Hello, everybody, and welcome back to VTuber Tabletop.
Hello.
I am your
Hi.
humble dungeon wizard, Melon the Magister. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my lord, my hands are cold. I'm nervous, but I'm very excited.
You'll be fine.
No announcements. This is the announcements. Welcome to Crimson Skies, episode 1 of 4. This cast will not survive the full way, so take them in as they are, because you might be meeting some new friends along the way if people die. If they don't, they don't. Let's see if they can live. But thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you so much, Juan, for raiding and bringing so many new friends to our little community. Let's start off the stream as we do every time by hashtag plugging yourself. Let's start with Yume.
Hi everyone, I'm Yume. I don't do anything important or cool. I just write books, publish one, and I play D&D games with Merlin here in VTuber Tabletop.
Amazing. Rita.
Hello, I'm Marisa. I stream here on Twitch. I will be playing a Goliath Guardian, which is a class that Merlin and Yuma created together, and I'm very excited. I hope I got all the rules down. I have been studying. And yeah, that's it. If you guys want to check me out, same name on Twitch. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Juan.
Hello, I'm new here. I am One, and I stream on Twitch, and I've been playing D&D for quite a while as well, but my first time on this stream, I'm playing Charmed, I'm sure. A new spell thief class that I believe Melon homebrewed.
Yep.
And it should be a little fun to play. I'll try to remember all the rules since it's a new class, but I'll do my best.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Hilda.
Hello, I am Hilda. I stream here on Twitch. I am a depressed, poor master student. This is my first time playing with this crowd as well. I'm playing Umbra Dormio, a Dampier Warlock. I've never played a Warlock before because, I don't know, I've only played like 3 different characters. But I'm prepared to die.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Neon Caster.
Hi, hello everybody. I'm your androgynous AI game show host from the future, Neoncaster. I'm a tabletop RPG designer, streamer, voice actor, and general internet ne'er-do-well. It is a pleasure to meet and play with you all.
Amazing. Emily.
Hello, I'm Emily Bates. I play D&D over with RP Geeks. We are a group who take D&D and then try and find real-life scientific concepts that could explain all the magic in the game. We're all science communicators by day in our real-life jobs, and then by night we have lots of fun with D&D. And I'm playing Elican, who is a sorcerer, which is another class that I've never played, so this is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And I am your humble dungeon wizard, Melon the Magister. I'm starting back at uni, final semester, this week, so don't expect too many streams from me on my personal channel. I usually play Apex Legends, so if you want to see the world's most mediocre Valkyrie, come check me out. But apart from that, you'll find me streaming over here with these fools. My gosh, Crimson Skies will be going on for the next 4 weeks for a total of 4 episodes. Apart from that, we also have our Heralds campaign, which is on Saturdays at this time, whatever time it is right now for wherever you are in the world. It's at 10 p.m. Australian Western Standard, 4 p.m. Central European Standard Time, summertime, whatever time it is now, and
Times.
10 a.m. East Coast America time. Time zones are weird.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, apart from that, I don't think we have any announcements, because this is the announcement. This is the new show. So, I guess without further ado, let's jump straight into Crimson Skies. So,
Yay.
adventurers,
Oh my god.
welcome to Iruvian. The year is 921 BB, before banishment, although these people do not know what the banishment is just yet. This world is in the process of establishing itself after many millennia of divine interference. To the very west, we have the continent of Alma's Land, filled with warring human kingdoms, and a young desert republic to the south. We have the tropical Rainbow Islands, where dragonborn mages are busy mastering the arts of arcane magic and oneness with nature. The untouched northern continents, still teeming with intense life and magics. And finally, we zoom in on the continent of Arun, far to the east. The west, I can't do directions. The most lively of the continents, with tribes of elves living in the northern fields and forests, 9 kingdoms of dwarves warring for control in the western wastes, and countless people, including the gnomes, goblinoids, beast folk, and genasi, living all throughout the southern reaches of the continent. Our story begins in the small gnomish village of Sucreville, at the very western point of Arun. A mysterious red sky has encompassed the world over the past few months, and many strange events have begun occurring. Rumors of a powerful dwarven king that looks to invade south have begun spreading. Strange monsters and bands of cultists have begun roaming the countryside, abducting or killing those that cross them. The gods have faded from the world, no longer providing direct advice and aid. As the crimson sky darkens, our heroes come to aid. On this day of Crimson Sky, in the village a small festival is being held. Several dozen stalls have been set up, with merchants selling their wares and several carnival attractions set up for the young and old alike. A small stage has been set up where a motley trio of bards are playing a discordant tune. There are many people milling about trying to enjoy the afternoon, but the red sky hangs over them, dampening the mood, and providing a harsh reminder of the difficult times ahead. Vivian Lariette, one of the town's leaders, has organized the festival, in between her time working at the hospital and church, even selling her jewels and finery to fund it. In these dark times, funding is drying up, with the city dropping its taxing regulations until the situation is resolved. Many people have begun fleeing the city, but Vivian is trying her best to hold the townsfolk together. So, adventurers, all of you spread throughout the town, some entering only for the first time within the last few days. We'll begin with Ma, a Goliath, definitely looking a bit odd in the gnomish streets, with streets half the size of what they would usually be, with her head almost as tall as the roofs. Ma, what are you doing?
Mar is strolling through the streets of Sucreville, kind of hanging back, kind of looking like she's waiting for something to go wrong. Even though she has an imposing stature, she seems to make sure to get out of the way of the little gnomes, like kind of running around her. Yeah, and just kind of taking it all in, man. She's just, yeah, excited for the festival almost.
Amazing. Go with Ramus. What are you doing?
Ramus is walking around trying to strike up a bit of conversation with some of the locals. They've already stopped at some of the various attractions already and have been loaded up with various snacks and fruits and stuff that are available on offer. Excuse me, do you happen to know if there are any adventurers about? I need to kind of travel to the next bit of my journey, and I don't really want to travel alone. So if you know anybody, that'd be great. No? Very well. Have a great day then. Sorry.
Umbra.
She'd probably be very gravitating towards libraries and churches as well to help out Vivian in any way that she can as a sort of like busybody and, you know, primary school teacher kind of energy, and, you know, just kind of, I don't want to say prowling the streets at night because that sounds really sinister, but definitely wandering around at night and keeping an eye on everything and everyone.
Well, as you know, because of the festival, the churches and library are shut for the day so that people can enjoy themselves. And Vivian herself is supposed to make an appearance to kind of give a small speech at some point. So you know that she'll be here. If you kind of wait around near the stage area, that she should be here eventually. Elican.
Gotcha.
think Elican is sort of wandering around, using the gust cantrip to make sure her clothes sort of billow a little bit behind her as she moves, and just looking up at the sky, looking back down, looking at her skin, which she seems very intrigued by at the moment, and watching the red kind of slowly spreading, and in general not really paying attention to her surroundings, but just kind of trying to look like she's important, but please don't talk to her.
Amazing. So as all of you are kind of milling about the kind of festival area, you can see that people are trying their best to enjoy themselves. Most of the children are going full ball. They don't know the situation that's happening currently, so they're having fun with the various games and other attractions. Charm.
Oh, you? Goliath person, I see you there. Walking through, yes, you. Please, come here, come here.
Ma, you catch your eye on this very interesting looking human man.
I hesitate for a second. Are you talking to me?
Yes, you are. What a fine specimen. Please come here, come a bit closer. And don't mind the gnomes. Please don't squish any of them, but please come to my store, the Dime Shore Depot.
What do you sell?
Well,
Lovely man.
anything an adventurer would want. The name's Charm Dime Shore. And you are?
Mar is my name.
Ma. You got a last name to that or just Ma?
No, it is just Mar.
What a wonderful
Charm.
name. Yes, Charmed, I'm sure.
Well, right back at you.
just-
That is a very charming name.
Oh, thank
Did you give
thank
that to yourself?
Of course not. My parents gave it to me. I mean, where else do you get a name like that?
Your parents must have loved you very much.
I'm sure they maybe did. Well. You look, very strong, I guess. Would you like to try the test dummies? You see, at our store, we're doing a little contest. If you can defeat this test dummy in 3 moves, you can pick anything from the store for free.
Well, kind sir, don't mind if I do.
All
And
right.
I would like to approach and do I grab a hammer and hit something? Or?
Charm, do you have weapons on display for people to use?
It's pretty much whatever they're using at the moment, like whatever weapons they have on hand. It's a straw dummy, pretty much like those practice dummies, and whatever they have with them, I guess they can use to defeat this straw dummy in 3 moves if they can.
Ah,
So, Ma, do you unsheath your warhammer, I believe?
yes, I do. I would also like to summon. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I'll have his name.
You summon Jesus Christ? That's impressive. That's a lot of power.
I do summon Jesus Christ, and I also summon Blaylock Sebulon Riggs, who named himself, by the way.
You unsheath your warhammer and summon your floating shield, Blaylock Zebulon Riggs. Oh my, you summoned me, ma'am. Pleasure to shield you as always.
Okay, just stay there.
Yes, I will
And I
simply be
kinda-
an admirer.
Oh God. Anyway, I grab my warhammer and kind of expecting the dummy to explode. I keep Sebulon between me and the dummy as far as possible and strike it.
Sure. Make an attack.
Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy, oh boy. Where's my dear warhammer? It is right here. Oh no, that is a 10.
That does hit the... Wait, does that hit the dummy's AC?
Let me quickly check.
You have a C for your dummies. It's so cool.
No, it does not.
You swing your warhammer, but with Zebulon in the way, it kind of like you kind of get it caught on the edge of the shield, and you kind of knock the shield out of the way. Ma'am, I have protected you. I've done such a splendid job.
Thank you, Zebulon. You can go back to sleep.
A very fine try. You've got 2 more left. I'm sure you can defeat it in 1. Are you just trying to boast and practicing, I see?
I am obviously very displeased with how this is going, and I hit it again.
Go for it.
A 24.
That certainly hits.
Roll damage.
That doesn't. Okay, I will. Oh God, I think that's an 11.
So you,
Is it?
Yep.
No, that's. Oh,
you're not using. You're using it one-handed, I'm assuming.
yeah.
Yeah. You swing the warhammer and crash with the dummy. Is the dummy still standing, Charm?
It is standing, but it's looking pretty rough.
You have 1 more hit, Ma.
I'm so excited to be scammed. Okay, I hit it again.
Go for it.
That's a 20.
That hits.
And
10 damage.
a 10.
10 damage. It is destroyed.
In a puff of straw and splinters, the test dummy explodes. And you see that the 2 test dummies behind it you see them like kind of look at each other and then turn back to the front.
What? Mr. Muscleman, Charm, did those dummies just move?
What? Well, the one you hit moved, so why wouldn't any of them others move?
I've on it. You might call me crazy, but these look like they were looking at each other.
Well, if you want to call you crazy, I'll call you crazy, but what's wrong with test dummies looking at each other? There's nothing wrong with that.
Test dummies should not be alive. Have I just killed an innocent man?
No.
Oh, sorry.
They're specifically there. I mean, what's the use of a test dummy if it doesn't hit back?
This test dummy has not even defended himself. I am a murderer.
Well, you see, if you haven't defeated it in 3 moves, maybe something would happen. Maybe not, but look, you defeated it. You. Congratulations. You, dear Ma, are the chosen one.
For what?
You were chosen by me to adventure alongside me deep into the wherever we're going to defeat whatever we're going to defeat, of course. See, I'm looking for adventurers. You can see the dark clouds coming above the red. They're just spreading everywhere. We must defeat them. You look like you are fated to be here.
Are you going to read me my astrology sign next? I feel like this is the next step here.
What's astrology?
As you say that, can everyone give me perception checks, please?
Ooh.
Me as well.
Not from you, Rhiannon. Actually, yes, from you, Rhiannon.
From me as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20.
All right. So,
Yay.
Charm, Ma, and Ramus. As you guys are at your stalls, or wandering at the festival, some of you hear the dragging of chains as Rhiannon begins to stalk through the festival, chains dragging from their feet and from their hands. Rhiannon, what are you doing?
Can I get this right? Am I being dragged through the
No, you're
festival?
walking, but you've still got your chains on. So they're just kind of dragging along the
see.
ground.
Are they taking me out on like my morning walk?
Basically, you've got a guy like along beside you that's kind of, he's not holding the chains. He's a gnomish man. He's got a small little mustache. Very much looks like a prospector, but if he was like 2'8". And he's kind of like walking alongside Rhiannon. Could not do anything if Rhiannon decided to do anything, but he's like awkwardly walking behind him.
Yeah. And so, you see this very out of place, Leonin. His fur is extremely white, and he wears this headband with antlers horns on it. And you can see he's just not really paying attention to the festival, despite all the fun going on. And he talks to his keeper, which I believe his name is Rob.
This isn't Rob. This is one of Rob's friends.
That's not Rob.
No, Rob. Rob came in to let you out, but he had other stuff that he had to attend to. So this is Bob.
Okay.
Of course.
So I will say to Bob, why have you taken me out again? There is nothing here.
Oh, well, the boss said to take you out for a walk. I'm just following orders, man.
I do not need walks. I need to be back to my cell.
Well, the boss said to bring you out to look for odd folks.
For what folks?
Odd folks.
Odd folks. Why?
Well, that's what
I
the
think
boss
on
said to
that-
do.
On that, like Ramus moves over, having heard the chains, and then goes, "Oh, hello. Oh, you must be another Pact of the Chain type. Amazing." They peer down at Bob. Is this your familiar? Strangest familiar I've ever seen, but very unique. I'm Ramus, by the way. Offers a hand.
Oh gosh, and Bob's gonna run away.
Ramus.
Your name is...
Ramus kind of tilts their head. Oh, you don't have very good control over your familiar, but no matter. Everybody's practicing. But yes, my name's Ramus. Nice to meet you.
You know, Ramus, you speak very boldly for someone within my reach.
Oh, should I be afraid? I'm usually willing to go and meet lots of new people, and you definitely seem like an interestingly new person. You haven't introduced yourself, by the way.
Is there any reason I should introduce myself? Have you something for me?
We're having a polite and friendly conversation, aren't we? Ramus's expression has not changed. They look, perfectly charmed to go and meet a new person. Oh, I didn't introduce my own familiar either. So rude of me to go and address yours and not show you mine. And like appearing, I think out of their like the arm, this kind of like chain tattoo kind of forms on the arm and then moves separately from it. And then conjured in the palm of their hand is like a tiny little fairy, like made of humanoid and made of glass, fluttering but no wings, with what looks like a tiny acorn or perhaps even a tiny star floating inside it. This is Moo. We're both pleased to meet you.
Still lingering, are you? Well, you may call me Rhiannon. But if you have no further business with me, I will get back to my cell.
Oh, I do actually have one other thing, Rhiannon. Do you happen to be an adventurer? I'm looking for adventurers at the moment. Travel is a bit of difficult alone, so assistance and working with other people tends to get both of us where we need to go.
I do not adventure without good reason. What is it you want, Ramus?
Let's see. There's probably the best way to answer this question and actually be helpful and not horrendously vague. What's going on in the next town over, Merlin? What's rocking up nearby here?
No one knows. The town's lost contact with the next town over several days ago. and no one's heard anything since. All travelers have pretty much stopped. So no one knows what's going on.
Yes, so the next town over has apparently not been sending messages in the last couple of days, and they are really relying on other people to go and make sure that the connection between the two locations is still operating. Apparently, people have vanished. Very mysterious.
Well, people vanish all the time. Why should I be involved?
Wow. I'm sure that you aren't just so solitary a person that you don't need to know what's going on in nearby settlements. After all, I'm sure those people are what is supplying you with food and other such things. You look like somebody who needs a pretty well-established diet. Just fully looking at, like, carnivore-ass teeth.
Very well, Bob, come back here.
Oh, shucks. He'll come back.
Bob, grab me my staff from the cell, please.
Yeah, oh, okay. And he's gonna run off down the street. It'll take a couple of minutes. So.
And as soon as he runs off, can I break the chains off my hand?
Yeah, easily.
Can I just roll athletics just for the hell of it?
Yeah, just for the hell of it, go for it. 25.
I was only 25.
You literally use 2 of your fingers to just like squish it, and it just immediately shatters. So,
Gosh, I guess I have the wrong impression, but you've made an astounding impression. And on that,
as we will move away from Ramus and Rhiannon and their conversation, and the two that didn't seem to catch the sound of the running chains, Elican and Umbra, you guys at the back of the crowd, kind of like wandering through, you know, oddly kind of bump into each other outside of a stall selling books.
Excuse you.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to get in your way.
It's quite alright, I suppose.
What kind of books were you looking at here, if you don't mind me asking?
I wasn't looking for books. I was trying to find out anything in this town, but apparently no one is being helpful whatsoever.
Hey,
You
yo,
seem like a studious
that's
type.
kind of. Hey, I'm just a bookkeeper. I don't fucking do anything weird. I'm not an adventurer, so keep my information out of your bad books. Okay, I literally sell books. All right. God damn.
All right.
I kind of like lean over to Elican. I think they might be in denial, my dear.
Yes, I think they might be. Elican, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well. My name is Umbra.
Sorry for being frosty earlier.
No,
People
it's
have been-
quite all right.
People haven't been the most helpful recently. Do you think
Helpful, no,
anyone's
but-
worried enough about the sky turning red?
I think so. I've yet to see Vivian today, but she's seemed stressed as of late.
Oh, she's the
I'm
one
just-
who's in charge.
To my knowledge, yes. She's the one organizing the festival, the head of, denial. Queen of denial,
I see. Interesting. You seem to know a lot. You should stay with me.
Well, that suits me just fine. I was actually looking for people to go around with. I'm not very big, you see. She's like 5 foot nothing. She's...
Oh, and you're very small. I only just looked down. Elican is nearly 7 foot. Very tall.
Oh, dear. Well, I have absolutely no qualms with traveling alongside you. I do have various knowledge from my travels, if you are interested.
You know what? You might be just what I need. Come with me.
Amazing. Yes, of course.
So, you two begin to snake through the festival. And as you do, a bit of a hubbub is made, as over near the stage, the 3 bards who were hanging out have moved to the side, and all of you see Vivian, the gnomish leader of the town, get aboard the stage.
Oh, well, hello everyone. I understand that these are strange times, but our lives and our traditions continue. Thank you for supporting our local businesses today, and thank you, Rob, for keeping the hospital up and running. These are strange and dark times, and with many awful things happening in our region, we cannot give up hope. We must not run, we must not hide, for we must trust in our gods and in our leaders to keep us safe. This will pass, I am sure of it. If anyone is feeling uneasy, feel free to join me in the Temple of Warmth. Thank you, everyone. Now, please, enjoy the festival.
The three bards get aboard the stage and begin playing again, and Vivian gets down from the stage and begins talking to Rob, who Rhiannon, you know, is your handler at the moment. They kind of discuss something for a bit before Vivian leaves for the temple at the center of the city. Also, thank you for the cameo, Astrid. I didn't tell anyone about that. That was fun.
That was such a surprise.
Very cool.
So, Vivian gets up and the mood immediately kind of lightens. Although the ever-present threat of the red sky hangs above Vivian's words, you know, she's very much a trusted figure in the town. She is sort of a cleric and a performer. She occasionally gives shows. She performs as a part of a string quartet, and also works at the temple. So she's very well known. She's been running these events for a long time, and as many people know, she's sold most of her finery to put on this event to trying to raise everybody's spirits. So,
what's the temple to, if you don't mind me asking, or who?
It's to several gods. Would you like the specifics?
I think names and domains, please.
Let me pull up my gods. So the main gods that this region prays to is Iora, goddess of the sun. Would be Iunto, god of nature. I can give you spellings for these as well. Put it in info. Iunto is god of nature. Iora is goddess of the sun. And the other one, trying to think of the time period right now, would be Uvian, who's the goddess of death and of the moon. But as opposed to, like, you know, like a negative kind of death, it's more about like
Neutral?
Yeah, like death rituals and basically preserving the passage into death.
Gotcha.
Iora and Uvian are also sister deities.
Okay.
So very, very famously, they're usually a part of a pair.
Okay.
So she heads back off to the temple. The festival continues on. The trio on stage can't try to make their performance a little bit better after that speech, but you know, they're not the greatest in the world. You see further down the road, Vivian comes across a small boy who's hurt his ankle and is kind of like crying, and they're on the street, and she reaches down and you see her cast a spell healing him, and he gives her a big hug, and she continues on towards the temple.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you go.
Is Rhiannon in the festival, or are we outside of the festival?
You guys are like towards the back of this crowd. You guys heard this. You heard the speech. She kind of magically projected her voice. So pretty much most of the town probably would have heard it. But yeah, you definitely heard her. You can be on the outskirts of the festival if you'd like. You don't have to be in the middle.
Sorry, go ahead, Hilda.
I'll tug on the sleeve of Elican. Dear, I think that going to the temple may be the only place that we can find some answers about what's going on here.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. She seems to be the only one with any knowledge in this place. Shall we?
Yes, of course.
All right, so Umbra, Elican, you guys are going off to the temple.
Yes.
Charm and Ma. Ma, what free item have you chosen from Charm's stall?
Is there a list of?
Whatever non-magical item you would like.
I will take a bag of rations
Cool.
and nod at Charm and be like, well, I was just resting up to go on the next adventure, so...
That's great. So where are we off to next? And do you have any other party members?
I do not.
Well, then let's
noticed
go
Brianna-
find some. I'm sure there's some out there waiting for us to help and
Honestly,
do great deeds together.
yeah. Honestly, Charm, I feel like you are better suited for finding a team than I am, so I will be following your lead.
Charm, are you going to dismantle your stall? Or are you going to try and get people's attention from the stall?
I think Charm's gonna look around, try spot any local gnomes that he's seen.
Sure, make a perception check.
All right, like any regulars that he saw that he knows. Perception check.
15.
15.
You see Rob over by the stage, who is a regular at your stall. He's always popping in to make sure that you're well stocked and don't need any more supplies. He is one of the official leaders of the town. He kind of overlooks stocks of various, food stocks and equipment, whatnot. He's usually buys in bulk for the city. He's a younger gnome, maybe in his, maybe mid-20s. He's got a big mustache, kind of this really, almost, his hair is almost as impressive as yours, Charm, but not quite. Big coif of hair. He's relatively well-dressed, but kind of plays down how well-dressed he is instead of, upplaying, the finery. He's wearing some jewelry, but not too much. He's trying to not put on too much of a look. And you see that he's over talking to some officials.
All right, Charm's just gonna call out to him. Robbie, Robbo, come over here. Why don't you come here? I need to talk to you for 1 second.
Rob kind of looks over and he's like, he rolls his eyes a little bit and ends the conversation, heads over. Yeah, g'day, mate. How's it going?
There he is, my vertically challenged friend. How are you going?
Yeah, you see, you're in a village of gnomes. You're the vertically challenged one.
Oh, that is quite true. Oh, well, as they would have it, adventure calls, but the Dime Shore Depot cannot be left alone. You are tasked with a very, very important mission.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Take this. And he puts one gold in Rob's hand.
Oh.
Can you look after my Dime Shore Depot for me? I promise at least 5% off your next order.
Well, what an offer. Crazy. He looks over to, a young man in his late teens. Waves him over. Yeah, so this is my nephew, Joseph. He's going to take care of your stall and he's going to do a good job. And Joseph kind of looks up. He's like, yeah, I got it.
Joseph, Joey, Jojo, I'm counting on you. Make sure there's a price list out the back. If anyone defeats this target in 3 moves, please let me know. But other than that, adventure awaits. I must find my companions.
Yeah, all right, I'm on it. Joe walks in. Rob says, sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna I'm trying to give Joe an encouraging slap on the back.
Sure.
But I'm doing it a little too hard, so it just seems mean.
Sure. You give him a pat on the back, but as he's like running, you kind of like slap him and he kind of like face plants into the ground. You kind of knock him over. He gets up and he's just with a big smile and thumbs up.
Oh God.
Rob says, yeah, if you're looking for someone to adventure, if you're looking for a job to go on, I don't think we have any like quests or anything at the moment, but you never know. You can try the big lion bloke. I've been trying to get him out of my goddamn dungeon. Practically living with me and my wife at the moment. So if you could get him off my hands, that'd be great.
Well, that is a fine offer. I will find him post haste and we will adventure together. Brave the dangers of the world.
Yep, great. I'm off to do actual work. And he turns around and leaves.
And wait, Robert.
Yeah, the name's Robert. Name's Robert.
Yeah, so where can I find this Illyrian of yours?
Yep, you're in a festival of gnomes, and I just said a lion bloke. So if you look above all the heads, you'll see him right over there. He points right towards where Rhiannon and Ramus are standing.
Oh, well, I mean, it could have been a small lion. I'm not sure about this. I can't just assume that, but
yeah, that's
now
fair.
That you pointed it out, very obvious. I can't believe I didn't see them before.
Yep. Anyways, have fun.
Ma, I think we've found our companions. The ones that will trust our lives with to travel through the harshest of environments. Are you ready to meet fate?
Yes.
So enthusiastic.
Charm.
Off we go then. Come on. Time waits for no one. Let's go over, and I think he has a friend as well. Yoo-hoo, a Leonin. And who are you as well? I am Charmed, I'm sure. And this is my dear companion of many, many adventures. Adventures, I mean, Ma. Hello.
Ramus kind of turns upon being addressed. Oh, hello! Nice to meet you both. They just kind of essentially just glide across the floor towards Charmed, taking you in one hand. My name is Ramus Palmather. Charmed, you're sure?
I am Charmed. Yes. And I take it this Leonin is, as you said, Rhiannon?
Rhiannon, yes. There's like a illustrious gesture, like a bow and a sweeping hand to behind Ramus to just Rhiannon probably staring nonplussed.
You see, Charm kind of tries to return the bow, but isn't 100% sure about the formality and kind of just an awkward bow towards Ramus.
You'll get them next time, buddy.
This festival really brings up the very strange type, doesn't it? And
Absolutely.
Goliath. I have not seen your type around these parts. What is your business here?
Well, I have been hired by Mr. Charm here to adventure with him. And well, I can imagine you have not seen any Goliaths since most of them are currently held in dwarven cities. In case you haven't heard.
That
No
is news.
adventurers, you say?
Sorry. That is news to all three of you.
Held as in held gently in their arms or held captive?
Held as slaves, as living property.
Oh my.
I think Ramus's expression manages to darken without actually really changing. It's almost as if the kind of color goes out of shot slightly. Slaves, you say? Well, that is definitely against the natural order. That just won't do. Well, I was actually about to enlist Rhiannon on going adventuring to the next town over, in interrupted transport links and so on and so forth. But freeing people from the shackles of oppressors definitely does sound considerably more tantalizing.
Yeah, I do
Might be worth a stop.
Yeah, do an insight check on Ramus.
Sure.
Mm.
6.
I got a 6.
Ramus is a person with feelings and emotions.
Oh.
You get the impression from Ramus that they are, really passionate about the well-being of other people. They are here to help.
Oh.
And then, after looking at Ramus, I will walk up to this Goliath and say, I imagine Goliaths to be a little bit taller. And he's a special one, he's like 3 meters tall.
How tall is Ma? I reckon she'd be around that.
I'm not entirely sure. I think Goliaths are between 7 and 8 feet.
Yeah.
I don't know how many meters that is. Wait. No, I'm like half a meter smaller than him.
Yeah, so you're actually, for one of the first times in your life, Ma, you are shorter than someone. He's definitely a lot more lithe than you are, though.
Well, I did not expect to find an overgrown cub in a gnome village. But here we are.
Well, I like your words. We might as well get along. Well, Ramus, your adventure, where does it take us?
So yes, tell me a little more about this. A group of people enslaved. What direction are you were heading there imminently?
I would.
Addressing Ma.
Yeah, I would head towards there. Merlin, if I remember correctly, is it the Obsidian Range?
Yeah. It's very far to the,
West.
very far to the west and then a little bit north. But from when you were there last, Ma, it was heavily fortified by people. And you don't think even a group of 4 to 6, a regular group of adventurers, you don't think they'll make it through. There's no way.
Yeah. It is a far away, and without an army, you might not be able to get through. So let us first do your village adventure.
A warm-up. That sounds good. Is it just the 4 of us, then? Ramus kind of does a bit of a sweep of the immediate horizon, establishing the fact that most attendees here are gnomes. Those who aren't, I guess, stand out a bit.
Yeah, you look and you see well in the distance by this point, heading towards the temple, you see 2 very interesting looking individuals that very much stand out against the crowd here. But they're, basically halfway to the temple. They're way up this long street up towards the temple. So you could run and try and catch up to them, but they're quite a distance off.
Would it be sensible to try and go and link that up narratively? Or
Yeah, you can do it. Do whatever you want.
All right. Sure. Well, I mean, since this is going to be such a difficult task going on in the future and all, Ramus kind of like gesturing idly with one hand, the chains still kind of emerged out of it and connected to this fairy, just also lazily swaying around as they gesture. We should probably see if we can get as much help as we can get. Nobody likes being caught off guard or underserved. These 2 look interesting. Hey, excuse me a moment. I'm just going to go catch up with them. Deals. And they march off at distressing speed. They moved very, very quickly. Just kind of across, gliding around the various kind of gnomes around their businesses as they zoom off towards this temple to catch up with the other 2.
Are the rest of you...
Ramus.
Yeah, you're going to follow Ramus?
Yes.
This human talks as fast as he walks. As they walk. I'm sorry. I'm stupid.
I am Goliath.
It is just quite. You look at Ramus and a little like a RPG style like readout comes up. Ramus gender ? So you're good. And the thing goes.
So, Charm, are you going to join them in running off after Ramus?
Yeah, I think Charm's gonna look at Ma and just quickly. Whoa, look at that. The Fantabulous 4 is about to become the Seductive 6 in a bit. Looks like we got 2 more adventurers joining our party. How easy was that?
You are an impressive man, I must admit.
It's all fate. And he just starts shuffling cards as he wanders after Ramis.
How tall is Charm, by the
Please
way?
do not read cards to me.
He's about around 6 foot, so
6 foot.
kind of shorter than a lot of people.
Somehow short. How tall is Ramis as well?
Oh gosh. I think just under 6 foot.
Okay.
They're not super tall.
Pretty short in this party, but and then we got Umbra, basically a halfling. In relation to the rest of the body.
Can I do something?
Sure.
So I didn't I didn't foresee this. I didn't think everybody was going to be so tall. But I took the Eldritch Invocation Ascendant step so I can levitate at will.
So you're gonna levitate a foot off the ground to be eye level with
Yes.
everyone? Nice.
Yes.
I love it.
Love it.
So I'm gonna be like crisscross applesauce, just levitating in the air
Love it.
with my book on my lap.
You know,
Oh, God.
that is very impressive.
I just don't want to be the reason that you get an ache in your neck. I understand that combined with a poor night's sleep can just wreak havoc, especially in these trying times. I don't want to be the reason.
Incredibly considerate of you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Tell me,
I don't have
Umbra.
healing.
Oh, don't
Yes?
worry. I can maybe take care of that.
Okay, I since I don't have the healing abilities, I didn't want to I want to do everything that I can in order to support people's physical and emotional well-being.
I appreciate that. I don't like to use my talents to, well, unnecessarily. So it's appreciated. Tell me, Umbra, what do you know of dragons?
Dragons. I've heard stories of them. Unfortunately, that's not quite my area of expertise.
That's probably fortunately. Don't worry. I just
I mean,
just wanted to check in.
If it's something that you wish to study together, I'm more than happy to pick out some books.
No, it's not so. I just sometimes, when I meet people, they're like, "Oh, it's you," and they recognize me, and you haven't. So I just wanted to check whether you did, but you don't know dragons, so you wouldn't know me. It's fine. Don't worry. We should just go to the temple now.
Are you like a celebrity in the dragon realm?
Celebrity.
From down the street, you hear a guy go, "Hey, yo, is that Elican?"
Yes. Hello. Yes, Elican. That is my name. Thank you for using it. Yes, Umbra. Let's keep going.
Hey, yo, they're
And,
famous! And they walk off down the street.
Thank you. To be fair, normally they just say, "Oh, you're that dragon's kid." So really, that's an improvement. So I like that person. Okay, I wasn't. I rarely talk about it, but my father is rather well known dragon, and I just.
Okay.
Yes, and sometimes people recognize me, but currently I'm turning red, so they might not recognize me anymore.
It's perfectly fine. Are these particular people a distress to you? Do they need to be dealt with as soon as possible?
Oh, no.
I'm trying to make this sound as not sinister as possible.
Sounds fairly sinister, Amber. I'm not going to lie to you, but no, they don't need to be dealt with. It's just. It can grate on a person, when everything is compared to your father. Just, oh, your father did this, and your father's a full dragon, and you're just, a walking one. It can upset people, and I don't like to talk about it.
You're the master of your own destiny. That's the way that I see it. The fact that your parents, or one of your parents in particular, has done all these grandiose deeds, that shouldn't bear on you. I feel like you should be the one to choose whether you want to go in a similar direction or if you want to do something completely different. Either way, every single contribution and decision that you make can change the life of every single person that you meet.
Alikan is just almost standing still, stunned, and just goes, Umbra, would you like to be my therapist?
I don't know if I'm.
Or my friend is fine. Therapist, friend. Same thing.
Yes, of course. I'd love to be your friend. Yes, of course. I just tried my best to be a source of comfort. I understand that, the red sky and the nightmares that people tend to have around these sort of phenomena can be very distressing and stressful. I don't want to be a source of that, and I want to help relieve that for as many people as I can.
I really do. Wait, do you know about the red skies?
As
Yes,
you say
I see
this,
it.
Ramus
I point up. Yeah.
zooms up to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh. You two certainly love to walk and talk. Hi, hello, Ramus Pomafer. Nice to meet you both. Immediately,
Hello.
kind of like, shaking both of your hands emphatically. I think one in each hand. Actually, that works. Excellent.
That's on brand.
Yeah, Umber's hands are like very tiny and very cold.
I think, maybe just the thumb and 2 forefingers then around your.
You're so mean to me. We just met. That's not in character. I'm sorry.
Hey, we're still judging scale here. The animators haven't quite worked out how to have us on model yet.
Okay.
Pleasure to meet you both.
Yes, of course. That was rather the entrance. I'm surprised it didn't come with more fireworks.
Oh,
Indeed.
no. That's not really much of my skill set. Although I have been told I have a sparkling personality.
You really do.
Oh, bless. Like, hand on chest, slightly flushing.
You're so sweet, my dear. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please continue.
Can we help
no.
you?
Yes, well, I was wondering if we could help each other. I'm perpetually in the need of adventurers to kind of help, keep the natural order of things and also travel from one location to another. Because, hey, I have a bird's bones, one of my besties back when told me. So having strong and interesting folks by my side to get things done is always beneficial. And you two look like you are the kind of people that could need additional aid in getting to where you need to be as well.
Well, we're trying to get to the temple.
Right.
You're
It's
more
just
than
there,
welcome.
so I think we're
Yeah.
pretty much done it, so.
Oh, there's a solid pause in a kind of like recalculating.
But beyond that, what are you needing help with, my dear?
Well,
Right.
As you may have probably heard, the next town over is having a little bit of a comms issue, not being able to connect with Sucreville, particularly, and obviously food transports between locations is a pretty good way to keep everybody fed and alive, and keeping that in balance is important to, I would assume, more than just me. So I've managed to go and round together a ragtag group of very interesting people. The rest of you probably arrive to within earshot for ragtag at the very least.
Yeah, you see
in
Rhiannon and
order to
Mar
go-
and Charm enter eyeshot.
To go and check that out. And after you're done with the whole checking out the local facilities, gesturing towards a very religious building, I was wondering if you two might be able to assist.
Never been part of an adventuring party before. My father never did that, so that would be different. Amber, what do you think? Do you think I should do it?
I think so. I think it might be great to, make friends, make connections.
And connections, right. Well, Umbra says yes, so I'm coming.
Absolutely delightful.
I'm more than happy to join the lot of you. Elican, I wouldn't exactly take everything I say as gospel.
You just really tapped into my soul, I feel, earlier, and I've never really had a therapist friend before, so I just...
Friendipist?
Friendipist?
Oh, that's not healthy.
Therafriend? No? Friend, we can just say friend.
We can start with mentor if that helps.
Mentor.
Mentor.
Okay, mentor. I like mentor.
Okay.
That seems a bit more. Oh, but
Amos, what skills do you bring?
Like
Besides,
Ramus,
obviously, your dazzling personality.
Ramus in a couple frames is actually a little too close to Elican, and just like, oh, you're connected. Ooh, I don't see people like me very often.
Connected.
So who are you chatting to on the daily? Who are you getting the gossip from?
No, that's not quite what I do.
I kind of like levitate towards Remus and kind of like gently make him take a couple steps back from Pelican.
Oh, you too? Wow. It's so rare that, you know, you get to meet people who are also chatting with the outside, you know? And I knew I was drawn towards you two for a reason.
So, Methinks under different circumstances.
Ugh, did my father send you?
Oh no, can't you tell? Like, it seems that Ramus has kind of gotten the measure of both of the fact that both of you are warlocks. Not necessarily the finer detail within that, but gets, you know, those warlocky vibes, like garlicky vibes, but less pungent.
So you can smell us. Is that why you were standing
great.
so
I love
close?
that. Ramus is just, oh, you know, it's not unpleasant. I can just tell. I figured that you'd also be able to tell, right?
Smell the parent issues on us.
Oh gosh,
dear.
I suppose you could call it that.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood. I understand. Elican, if that's something you wish to divulge to someone that you just met, by all means. Yeah.
Oh, if you need to keep it under wraps, I can absolutely keep it shush. Puts finger to lips.
Maybe later.
Of course.
Anyway, I was dragging you away from doing something spiritual, I assume. I should probably let you get back to that, and then you can catch up with us
No, it's
afterwards.
just the sky's turning red, and I'm turning red, and we were going to talk to Vivian.
Right.
See what she knew.
Oh, the one making the announcement earlier. Yes,
Right.
yes.
I mean, we could all do that together. Is that
matter of fact, she might have some of
friends?
the deets on moving over to the next town. So, yes, let's just both go together. Let's just all go together. Immediately dragging now everybody along for the ride.
Hello, everyone else.
Hello.
The three of you talk quite a bit, don't you? My ears have fallen off.
They haven't.
Normally.
Yes. The name's Rhiannon, by the way.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And the two of you. Gesturing to Mar and Charm.
My name is Mar, and I hold out a hand to shake it.
My hand's so tiny. I like float over a little bit and I shake her hand with my tiny cold hand.
You have very cold hands.
I know. I've tried to use magic to warm them up, but they never stay warm for long.
You should take cold baths. It helps with circulation.
Circulation?
Yes, blood. Makes the blood flow.
Yeah, that becomes a bit complicated.
I see. I will not bother you.
It's completely fine. I understand. I'm flattered that you think I'm still living. Anyway.
Dear gods, are you dead?
Sort of.
Talk a lot for a dead person.
Pardon?
Talk a lot for a dead person.
Yes, I know.
It's a good thing.
It's a long story. I think I'm rambling a bit. My name's Umbra. Very nice to meet all of you. We're just heading to the temple so we can talk with Vivian about what's going on, why there's a festival in, possible looming calamity.
Oh,
get
shall we?
information from her. Yes.
Oh, let's. Vivian seems super charming.
So, you guys make your way up the street and into the temple. Inside, you... oh my lord, sorry. Inside, you see there are quite a few people in here. Several families, a couple of individuals sitting in the pews, just staying together, trying to keep calm. There are kind of 3 wings to this temple. So one, obviously, you've got the main pathway down, and then you have 2 off juts. You can basically see all 3 of the altars at once. And it kind of splits off. It's an oddly shaped temple. Oh my lord. And out the back, as opposed to up the front giving a sermon, you see Vivian is off to the side, looking after, it seems like a small family. It's a mother and her 2 children, and she seems to be trying to keep them calm. So you walk over to Vivian.
Yes.
Oh, why? Hello there.
Hello, my dear.
Yes, greetings. What can I help you with?
We had some questions about the sky and the festival and the timing of all of this.
Oh, why, yes. Well, I'm afraid I simply don't know anything in regards to the sky becoming, well, crimson. Quite red it is. Yes, unfortunately, I don't know anything about that, but, really, the festival, we're just keeping hopes high, and dealing with some unfortunate occurrences that have been happening. Yes.
Mind elaborating on those unfortunate events?
Oh, well, you see this, this family here, gesturing over to a family of that looks quite, stressed out. Their father, has gone missing, actually. And so it's a matter of trying to figure out what happened, or trying to keep spirits high, and I don't know, but there's just something that irks me, that perhaps that this is the beginning of something else. I don't know, I can feel it. You know, so we just want to keep everybody safe, and yes, just trying to, you know.
I put my hands on her shoulders. You're doing a wonderful job. I greatly admire what you're trying to do. Do you know what's been happening to the surrounding areas? I understand that the Crimson Skies are not known. I don't think. I obviously don't know, and you don't. I don't. The rest of my companions know as well. However, do you know what's been going on in the surrounding areas? What kind of creatures have been taking people? Or people?
Oh, well, thank you, my dear. Put my hand on your hand. Thank you. I need to ground myself for a second there.
Can I do something?
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
And it's automatically cast at 5th level, so I don't know what that does to the radius, but I'd like to get as many people in the church, including Vivian.
I'd say
possible?
5th level. Everybody in that church, they're feeling a whole lot better. Feeling hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Feeling calm.
Yeah, and yeah, I'll turn
Oh
back
my.
to Vivian.
Oh my.
You
Gosh, your aura is so calming. I can't quite explain it. But yes, as for the surrounding areas, not quite sure, what kind of being or creature would ever do such a thing to take someone away from their family. We're still quite looking into it, not sure if it is man or beast. But of course, if there's any sign of figuring out what it could possibly be, I'm sure everyone will be notified so we can help get through this together. Yes. But yes, just like you say, no contact from anyone outside. It's been absolutely silent, unfortunately. I wish we could get through to them somehow, but we're still trying. I apologize if this is not much information. I really wish I could give you guys more.
I didn't mean to stress you out with these.
No, of course not, my dear.
So you've heard nothing from any village in any direction?
Unfortunately not, no.
So running away isn't an option.
I'm afraid not. Goodness, I wish there was such an easy solution to come out of this, you know?
I understand.
Yes, all we could do is keep our heads high and, you know, for those with their higher beliefs, you know, to look to their gods or just simply to those around them that give them faith. Yeah.
Ramus is just like idly staring out like a stained glass window. Well, there's going to be a certain period of time where, unless you go and form a link with a nearby village, you're probably going to run out of food.
Yeah, you are indeed correct. Eventually, we obviously can't do this forever, and, you know, I feel like we can dedicate maybe just this time to raising the spirits, since it's been quite morbid lately. And then very soon we will focus on dispatching groups in order to potentially bring in more resources and hopefully re-establish those connections to the outside.
Ramus smiles wide, maybe a hair too wide. Oh, well then you're in luck. We were just about to go and see what we could do as a team of 6, as a matter of fact, for the nearest town in the area, just to see if we can get that connection back sparked up again. I don't suppose you'd be in a position to just, you know, if there's anything that you can offer to make that journey a little easier. I'm not shaking you down. There's no need to give me that expression. Just, you know, since we want to get things a little bit kick-started. We don't have enough calm emotions spells to go around to stave off despair for the long term, but in the short term, let's go and get something going.
Oh, you're a funny one. What was your name?
It's delightful to meet you. My name is Ramus Pomafer, and again, offering an elegant hand, again, smiling very, very wide. Ella and Umbra probably also noticed from the fact that Ramus was kind of in close quarters, but they look like perfect, like cut from maybe a stone or glass and then smoothed over with beeswax. Immaculate.
Oh, well, aren't you a charismatic little one? Well, it is a pleasure that you would offer such a thing. That is very most kind. Oh, feel free to call me Viv, by the way.
Viv it is then.
We don't need all the formalities. You know, we're all in this together after all. Some people absolutely, they're on their hands and knees acting like a macaw sometimes. It's kind of insane. I just
a little
never
bit of
expected.
despair can sharpen the senses every so often, but
I
it does prevent people from
suppose.
getting shit done.
Oh, well, yes, I do suppose. yes, we do need to get shit done indeed.
Since we're being casual, smile.
Yes, well, yes, if you, I believe you 6, you referred to, offering to reach out for resources. That would be so unbelievably helpful. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I'll be able to, offer anything physical as such, but I can only really offer my best wishes to all of you. Yes, I wish I could.
That's still very kind of you at the very least. Also, I mean, since you're talking to the higher power for the time being, any blessings that you want to confer while we're on our journey will be heard and much appreciated, at least on my end.
Well, indeed, Ramis. All I can say is remember that you know what? Just remember that we're all one, and no matter where you may be in the world, there is someone that will be there for you. It may not be physical, you may not be in the physical presence of somebody, but someone is there through your heart. You may hear them in your mind or in your soul, but everyone is there for you, and you will therefore be there for everyone. If that kind of makes sense, it feels a bit... Some people usually don't understand what I'm talking about when I say such things. I feel like...
His smile flickers for a couple frames, and
I do feel
put
as
back in
though
place.
you do understand, though.
Yeah, Ramirez's smile flickers for a bit and then comes back in place. Yes, I suppose I do feel that every day. Anyway, I don't suppose... Oh, goodness me, rambling on, turning to the other 5. I don't suppose there was anything all of you wanted to ask before we, be daring do heroes, yada yada?
Oh, yes, please. I'll answer any questions with the best of my ability, of course, but as you know, it doesn't stretch too far at the moment.
I don't mean to be doom and gloom, but in case things do get worse, do you have somewhere, some fortified location to keep people safe?
Fortified location. I'm not too sure on that behalf. Feel free to ask around, though. I know before the lockdown, there were quite a few people that would come in and out between cities and towns and such, and so they may have set up small little establishes or, little cozy hideaways, so to speak. If you ask around and you ask the right people, you may indeed find someone who knows of somewhere that you may hide to stay safe if the time comes.
All right, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her, and I gesture to the rest of the temple.
Oh, sorry. What do you mean by that? Sorry.
I mean, do you have anywhere to hide the villagers in case things go south?
Oh, I see. Forgive me, my head is so clouded at the moment.
Answering for her, there isn't. Not really. This is like a coastal fishing town. It's not really. It doesn't have any fortifications, castles, etc. This is a relatively peaceful region of the world. There aren't any wars that have happened, within the last few hundred years. So, yeah, there isn't much need.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes. The thought just came to me. Ah, yes, that.
Viv, do you... Sorry.
The spell from Umbra wears off at this point, and the family behind you. The children begin crying and the mother is, trying to keep it together.
Oh, my
there
dears.
is the creeping sense of despair. Shall we go step outside? Just,
Sounds like a plan to
I
me.
think I could do with some fresh air.
Okay,
Yes.
I will follow you, Ramos.
cool. So, you all make
Before I
your way...
leave-
Oh, yes. Sorry, Rhiannon.
No, I was just going to thank Vivian for allowing me to stay in the jail cell for the time being.
I give
Ooh.
a small smile and furrowed brows and go back to, the crying family. That is all.
Thank you, Astrid. Thank you for Astrid for coming on at such late notice.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you, Astrid.
What a talented actress. So, you guys all make your way outside, and at this point, Rob catches up to you guys. Who, he was down in the festival area, but after pointing you guys in the direction, comes over and he says, "Yeah, right, so you guys are planning to head off. That's cool. Now, the thing is, we're locking down the city for the rest of the afternoon. We've had some reports of some crazy shit happening from our border guards, so we're going to shut it down. The gate down, you can't go out. Sorry. But tomorrow morning, we'll be opening it back up if it's safe. So go find a pub, get pissed. I don't really care."
What kind of crazy shit?
Yeah, the classic band of cultists seen spotted, walking along the street, throwing some fireballs. Nothing we haven't seen before. We've sent them on their way, but for the safety of the village, we've closed the gate and we're keeping it extra fortified for the night. So if you all could, if you've got any plans to leave, do it tomorrow.
Cultists.
Understood.
Yeah, if you need somewhere to stay, there's a pub near my place, the Blue Lagoon. It's pretty rad. I'd check that out. Yeah, that's all. Any questions?
If we were to avoid cultists, where should we absolutely not be going so we don't run into them?
Yeah, I'd
I
suggest you
would
stay
also hate
here.
to encounter.
Sure, but in the general direction, because cultists are like a warm weather front. They move.
Yeah, well, they've been moving along the roads. Not so much inclined into the outer reaches of the wilderness. But honestly, don't know. Couldn't tell you. All of our scouting groups have failed to return. So, yeah. Not so great. Anyways, I'm off. Yeah, Rhiannon, are you coming back to the dungeon or can I close everything up?
I believe Bob is getting my staff. So
At this
I would
point,
like that back.
at the moment, yeah, Bob runs up the street and hands you your stuff. Completely out of breath. You basically told him to go get something and then you weren't where you were when he left. So he's been running around trying to find you. Runs up and gives you your stuff. And then just collapses like on a nearby bench and just like takes some deep breaths. Bob's a little bit overweight, not used to running as much as he has.
Then I will say to Rob, and Rob, I do not believe I will be coming back, but please thank your wife for me for all that food.
Yeah, she'll be glad that you popped by. Yeah, she's doing some wizardly shit at the moment. So we'll see how she's going. She's probably doing some crazy spell. But yeah, I'll tell her you said thanks. And Rob's gonna head off. So, are you guys gonna head to the Blue Lagoon?
Raris kind of glances at the others. I don't know about you, but I have a sudden appetite for cultists.
Are you going to eat them?
Oh.
Oh, I was speaking figuratively, but now you suggest. Wide smile.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm
can't
kidding.
imagine
Stop
women.
pulling my
Oh,
face.
oh, you were kidding. Oh, yes,
They're
of
probably
course.
low
It
on
was-
nutrients anyway.
it was
When you
such a
spend all that
funny
time
joke.
chanting, you become all skin and bones, you know?
I know, but there are other parts that may be delicious. Ignore me, please. I go off to the Blue Lagoon.
Okay.
Mhm.
Elican, are you gonna follow?
I will go with Umbra.
Are you guys all gonna follow?
Yeah, sure. I think Remus is still kind of drawn to the idea of poking where this cultists be at, but they'll probably be, you know, hanging around just outside the Blue Lagoon for when people want to go step for a night air stroll. You know what I mean?
Sure. You
I think
guys.
as Elican goes in, she walks past Ramus and goes, I could maybe go for some cultists later, but I've got to talk to Umbra.
Oh, take your time, darling. I'll be around.
So, you guys begin to walk down to the Blue Lagoon, which is right down near the docks. Ironically, the lagoon that the Blue Lagoon is next to is more of like a green. You know, lots of algae and seaweed. But as you guys reach the door, immediately and suddenly, all of you hear a ear-shattering sound, and the sound of smashing glass. And you look back up the street towards the temple, and you can see that all of the windows have shattered.
Oh,
Oh,
Over there immediately.
Okay. Rhiannon begins. I'm imagining like a lion running, leading the pack.
He's probably pouncing
pouncing.
on all the buildings as he's going there.
Nice. Love it. Are you guys all gonna run off towards the temple?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take off.
absolutely.
yeah.
Amazing. I'm gonna
Let's go and cast a thing on myself to make myself move more quickly in advance. I will remember what spell that is in advance, but yeah, there is a whole. Oh, I just genuinely cast haste on myself. There we go. And we go zoom in.
All right. I just need to pop to the loop. Have converse between yourselves as you're running. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I suppose the cultists came to us then. I mean, I was trying to make room, but I suppose if we're having dinner early.
You really need cultists.
Again, a slightly too wild smile. Absolutely not. Bad for my diet. It's a sometimes food.
Right.
I'm confused. What part of them do you eat?
Oh, I suppose the unnatural part of them. Bring things back into balance.
Oh, what does that taste like?
Oh, I mean, it has a kind of. It's not so much taste as in texture. Have you ever had like okra before?
Many times.
Yes, that, but a little bit thicker, like an okra porridge, a cuckoo, that kind of vibe. We probably do not have Caribbean cuisine in this setting. Never mind. You know, a little bit thicker than that, a little slimy, a bit of an acquired taste. But when you get the habit of it, removing the unnatural order of things is quite a delicious side activity.
So it's more
Alright,
so as a
I'm back.
catharsis than the actual taste and texture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, you
like
could be a
throwing
fan
up.
of it too.
I
Sorry.
take out my warhammer. I heard beating meat makes it more tender. I will
Beating meat.
prepare this food for you. I said
Remus
what
cackles but does not explain.
Yeah.
why is everyone laughing? I don't understand.
Oh, I always get a little bit giddy before I go and fight someone. Never mind, don't worry about it.
So, as you guys run and make your way up to the temple, the doors have been swung right open. And as you enter in, you see that all of the people that were here are now missing. And you see that there's a large red portal, which is beginning to close, and a shadowy dwarven figure steps through the portal, and the portal shuts behind him.
Ooh.
Oh.
I might actually
can-
eat this dwarven bastard.
May I make an arcana? I think it's going to be arcana.
Yeah, that would be Arcana.
yeah, portals to other places is kind of my wheelhouse. But
Go for it. I'll let you roll with advantage
Love
because
it.
it is your wheelhouse.
cool, thank you.
13.
We take those.
Definitely a portal.
Hmm.
Definitely a portal. It appears to be some kind of gate of some kind, but you're not familiar with the specifics.
Ooh, this isn't one I know. Well,
Can I do
hello.
a perception check to see if there's anyone around still lingering?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, go for it.
17.
17. You glance around and you see in the corner where Vivian was, you see one of the children that she was comforting lying, eyes bleeding, in the corner, alongside
damn.
two dwarves in full armor. You only know that they are in full armor because both of the armor sets have been completely squashed and shoved against a wall. Like the armor
Wait.
is literally like dangling from the wall, and you can see like blood dripping from them.
Can I go over there and check if they're still alive? Which I assume they're not, but
Sure, go for it.
are they alive?
Make a medicine check.
Oh shit. Does anyone want to come assist me with investigating these bodies?
I'll check on the kid.
Sure. Rhiannon, make a medicine check on the others, and Umbra, you make a medicine check on the child.
That is a 20 on my end.
20.
I got an 8.
The dudes against the wall, definitely dead. They are puddles of blood and mush. Umbra, even with an 8, this child is breathing, but just it needs healing like ASAP.
Just to clarify, did the dwarf teleport to the temple or away from the temple?
Away from.
All right.
Well, it appears it left. You don't know whether the gate was there, like how long it's been there.
Okay. When Charm sees the portal closing, can he pick up one of his cards and do his spell thief?
Okay, are you going to use spell thievery 3?
Yep.
All right. So usually it's the casting of the spell, but I will allow it because that's rad.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, make a charisma check. So a d20 plus your charisma modifier.
7.
Yeah, that's not enough. You fling out your card to try and copy the spell, but the magic has faded just a bit too quickly, and your card doesn't manage to grasp its magical essence.
All right.
I think when Elican sees Umbra over by the child, she'll rush over as well. Are they alive?
They are, but I don't have any healing spells. I can't do
Fine,
anything.
I've got it. And I will use one of my healing lights, so I'll give them a d6.
Yeah, that's enough. It's a kid. They've got like 2 hit
It's
points.
1.
That brings it up to 1. It's at half health. The child kind of like coughs and opens their eyes, but you see their eyes are completely like glossed over, like they've become blind somehow by the events that happened here.
I mean, I'll like cradle her and try to. I'm not strong enough to pick her up. She's like as big, or no, she wouldn't be as big as me. Can I still try to pick her up?
Yeah, you can pick her up. It's fine.
And I like keep my hand on her back and I rub her back to try and keep her calm. And I slowly walk back towards the group.
She starts crying, and as this happens, at this moment, Rob rushes back in. He throws off his his outer layers, revealing a lot of the his armor underneath. It's nothing fancy, but he's wearing like a breastplate and whatnot. He looks at the child and he walks over and he closes his eyes. And people who want to make an Arcana check to try and tell what spell he's casting can.
Sure, why not?
A 2.
Elkan, I'll let you roll with advantage because magic is kind of your thing.
Got such bad. Oh god. 10.
10. You guys can tell. Okay, everybody at Umbra. You guys can tell very high level magic. What Rob is doing. Really unexpected. You wouldn't expect. Rob is just this guy. He's been like helping out. You wouldn't expect. This is like 7th level shit.
Oh.
Umbra, you don't have any healing spells, but you've seen this cast, you know, a couple times before by very high level clerics or, you know, kind of, what do you call them? You know,
Paladins?
magic users, like very high level magic users. This is the spell Regenerate. And you can see as he casts it, all of the child's wounds immediately heal up, their eyes regain color, and they can see, and they just continue crying and just hug Rob.
Wow.
And he says, "Yep, this is fucked. Go fucking kill him. Get our people back. I don't have any other people to send with you, because if we get attacked like that again, we're fucked. So I'm gonna send you lot. You look strong enough. Run up the road. Our guards have seen them land from whatever this teleport spell is, outside, very far outside the gates. So head up that road. I'm sure you'll catch up with them eventually."
I just silently nod and then begin walking outside.
Okay. So, is there anything you guys want to do before you leave the town?
PM, pretty please, could this be a short rest?
Oh.
If she's okay with it, if I carry Umbra on my back, can she take a short rest?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think
I'm small, I can levitate though.
Yeah.
Charm's gonna attend to the party. Does anyone need anything? We can stop by my store, grab anything you want, and off we go.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I think I'm ready to get some action in today. I thought I was about to get rusty.
I think
Do
we
you
should chase them as quickly as possible.
Do you happen to have any potions or bandages?
Would I have anything like that? DM?
What was that, sorry?
Would I have any, like, healing potions or anything?
They're pretty few and far between, but I'd say you probably have 3.
Why, yes, I have 3 right with me.
I'll say 3 greater healing potions.
And they are pretty great as well.
Then you hold on to these muscle men. We might need them.
I think we should split them up between the party. We are forever bonded together. Who wants one? Put up your hand.
I'll be all right, darling. Don't worry.
Umbra,
Yes,
you should
I
have.
will. Yes.
I am pretty agile, so I can take one.
All right, 1 to Rhiannon,
I do
1
have
to
a-
Umbra.
Question, DM. I don't know how you rule this. Do you do full action for giving it to someone else?
Yeah. If you're feeding it to
Okay,
someone
gotcha.
else, it's an action.
But to yourself?
To yourself is bonus. Bonus action.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You can chug someone and stab someone, sure. But giving it to someone else,
Yeah.
you need to, like, prop their head up and, like, you know, get in there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I can do that. Thank you.
Cool.
I can get around fairly quickly, so I could always take one.
All right, so Rhiannon, Umbra, and Elican all get one.
Cool.
Thank you.
So, you guys quickly dart to Dimeshaw's depot, pick up the healing potions, and begin to make your way. Make my way. As you guys reach the gates, the guards there, you know, are hauling the chains, basically to get it open wide enough just for you guys to get through, but not, you know, wide enough to, you know, let anybody through. So you guys single file begin to walk through the gate, and you see very worried citizens looking out after you and looking up towards the temple.
Can I ask for something fucked up real quick?
Sure. Love it.
Can I have some cheese and some fur from Dimeshore store depot?
Of course, all part of normal adventuring supplies. Take some.
Okay. I heard if you burn this, it smells like human flesh.
Okay.
So maybe we
That
can
is-
use that to our advantage.
Hmm.
We can terrify them. I have a good idea. I have a bad. It's a very bad idea. Please don't let this sully your image of me. I swear I am trying my best to be as sweet as possible, but those people just stole children.
Oh no, darling.
don't
Some of the
think-
best ideas come from terrible ideas.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure that you don't think that I'm evil for wanting to torment cultists who steal children.
So,
I do
I
not
didn't dream
think you
of
have
it.
to worry about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
so,
Just looks a bit confused.
so you guys make your way through up the path, and you can very clearly see the tracks of the people that came before you. After taking a small detour, they're not within sight, but the tracks are very fresh. Ramus, you make sure of that. You know that you're following the right ones. So,
I might as well use an ability that I only get to use once anyway. I have, as being a Horizon Walker, Detect Portal. Once per short rest, I can detect the distance and direction of the closest. It says planar portal, but man's just
Nah.
walked through a portal to go elsewhere.
yeah, that's
Okay.
cool. Yeah, no, that's fair. You immediately snap and your eyes glaze over and you begin to see the world differently. And as you do, you see the magical imprint of where the portal was. You know that it's very high level portal. It wasn't interplanar, but you kind of like taste the air, and the source of this magic is definitely extraplanar. It's not material plane. This is spicy. You don't know what it is, which is weird. You usually know what something tastes like. This magic's weird. This is different. This is new.
Oh, the flavor of this one is unique. Kind of a habanero licorice kind of flavor. I have no idea what that means. But I do know where it's going. Ramus says, licking their lips, we're on the right trail. Trust me.
Okay.
You have very fascinating access to your senses. I am jealous.
I like to think of it as thinking outside the box. Smile. Anyway, let's keep going. I do believe we are about to go and terrify people with the scent of burning flesh, and I am very excited to see how that's going to turn out.
So, you guys begin the trek following this trail. And you're not following it for very long before you come to a crossroads. Where in one direction you see definitely heavy tracks, but then in another, tracks going a different way. And you guys are a bit confused for a second, but Ramus, with your expert tracking skills, you lean over and study, and you can see that the tracks going to the right was basically them coming in, and the ones to the left are them this time. So without even having to roll, you immediately know that you guys need to head towards the left. And taking the turn, you immediately see before you, some way in the distance, a huge forest emerge from the horizon. And as you guys begin walking, you begin to see lots of people all grouped up outside this forest, including something really large that you guys are struggling to make out. But Ramus, as you're following these tracks and you can see the group in front of you, there is a smaller track of 2 people that go left immediately now. In the distance, you can see the group of people. You can see this large group of people, and you can see cages. You can't see what are inside the cages, but you can see lots of people. But these tracks, they smell spicy. But you know that the people to the front is the immediate danger, but you're kind of a little bit pulled towards this small path.
Ramus stops and kind of turns to the others. Okay, so one other person should probably come with me to this side here. this is where I'm tasting that spicy magic coming from. And the rest should probably go and open up those cages. Who'd like to team up?
I think Charm steps forward.
Oh, I was waiting for an opportunity to work with a strapping lad like you. Ramus, like, arm firmly around your shoulder. Now, let's go make our way over to the left and give some people a nasty surprise.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
They wave. No, there is a genuine blow kiss goodbye to the other four as we move off on this side path slightly.
So, Remus and
Rihanna will
Charm
dodge the kiss.
moves out of the way.
Absolutely not, says Leonin.
So, Ramus and Charm head off down this smaller path with Rhiannon, Umbra, Elican, and Ma heading off towards the bigger group. And we're going to split the party, and we're going to start with Ramus and Charm. Just so we don't run over and Neon has to leave at an awkward time. So, both of you make your way following these tracks, and you can see that it is a smaller person being dragged by someone much larger. And as you guys are walking, you see a big tree in the distance on top of a large hill. And you see a figure stood atop that hill.
Am I in a position to be able to take a shot?
Sure.
Let's see. Am I going to make this a super complicated deal, or am I just going to shoot this guy?
How far
Thing
away
is,
is
when you
this
have
guy?
a whole bunch of. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, just how far, like how many feet away is the guy up the
About
hill?
80 feet.
80.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That might be out of range of me. Let me go check. Yeah, I don't know if my longbow would shoot that far, actually. I guess I should probably make my way a little closer then. Fair enough.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure a longbow has a range that far.
Oh, sure.
Let me... I can check, but I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, it has a range of 150 feet.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, let's go and ruin a person's day. We are going to... I know I definitely have a way to buff my spell to me. When I decided to be a spell user, and now I have so many gosh darn spells available to me. I'm like, oh. No, let's keep it straightforward. Let's just shoot this guy. That's fine.
Okay. Roll for an attack.
Yeah. It's dex roll for my bow.
Yes.
That take.
Oh, it should
I
be
did
much higher
take.
than that. So you've got your in your actions.
Plus
yeah,
proficiency in bits and pieces.
yeah.
huh?
So it's plus
Yeah.
7. So that's actually like a 26.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
20, 24. I can't do maths. You take the shot, and you know it's good. It flies, and you immediately know that it will strike true. And as it flies, about a meter before it hits this individual, you hear the whistling sound, and as it does, they turn around and catch it, locking eyes with you. They toss the arrow to the ground and hold their hands out and pull, and both of you feel your bodies pulled in, kind of against your will. You feel the wind brush past you. You feel the grass beneath your feet. You feel like you've just walked somewhere, but you haven't walked. You haven't moved, but you've felt the wind and the grass beneath your feet. And as you land in front, this individual, I will move the roll 20.
Ooh.
Both of you should be able to move your characters as well. Let me just make sure I've given one. Yep, one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there we are.
You're
And-
so tiny and cute.
And at this individual's feet, you see Vivian.
Mm.
And as you guys appear there, kind of looking at this scene, you see Vivian look towards you. And this individual takes out a sword and holds it with 2 hands and begins to strike down. Vivian?
Rainbow Mother, please help.
Stabs down immediately, the light fading from Vivian's eyes, her body bisected. He picks her up by the hair, holding her out towards you, decapitates her, cutting her body into 3, dropping the head. And I'd like you both to roll for initiative, please.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to the combat screen.
Well.
Oh, wow. Now that's
Oh,
just
gosh,
not
no!
good to do.
Where's Charm missing?
Whoa.
Let me bring him back real quick.
Oh my god. 5. Amazing. Heck yeah. Love to
If
be
only we
slapping.
got put in a bit closer.
You know, we'll see how fast this man can run.
There we are. So, let me pull up my thing so I can start tracking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. A 10 from Charm
Mm-hmm.
and a 5 from Rameth. Alright, let's see what this guy rolls.
I won.
Oh, a
An actual
7.
number, I
A
assume.
7.
Okay.
So Charm, you actually go first.
All right. Let's see. Charm is going to, seeing that unfortunately Vivian is decapitated, doesn't want to get too close to this dwarf. He's a dwarf, right? The guy that we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is dwarven.
All right. You see Charm, almost like, the magician magic trick. He pulls out a card from thin air, and then he's going to hold it and start channeling energy into it. I'm going to use steady aim as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Give myself advantage, and he's just going to full force throw that card as hard as he can towards that dwarf.
Go for it.
Oops, this is with advantage. Just in
23.
case.
23. That does hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That does. Whoop. Why was it so many D? What? That wasn't meant to happen.
Yeah, because
It's
you're
meant
at...
to be a D4 plus 7. I don't know why it just rolled a bunch of different things.
That's all right. Well, you get a D4. Yeah, so that's... The piercing damage is a D4 plus 7.
Yeah, so that's 2 plus 7 is a 9.
9 damage. And then you have half sneak attack. So...
Yes, I got 4d6
Mhm.
for the half sneak attack. I got 1d6 for my altruistic unity. And I've got 2d6 for my actual weapons. When it lands an attack, it does 2d6 radiant damage.
Go for it. 28.
So 28. So 9 plus 28.
Pretty solid.
37.
Okay. 37 damage in 1 hit. Level 15, guys.
Okay, well.
All right. Are you going to do anything else? Are you going to move?
How close am I? This guy, 50 feet. He is not going to move at the moment. I think he's just going to quickly scan around him as well, just to see if they're alone or if there's other dwarves around.
Sure. You look around. You don't see anybody else. That's the end of your turn.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And because both of you are within 100 feet of him, you immediately take 3 necrotic damage.
3.
Okay.
Okay.
I rolled. That was really a low roll.
Fair enough.
All right. On his turn, he's going to use a bonus action. Teleport in front of his.
Wow.
Oh.
He's going to bring out his sword.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 1. which is really lucky because he has a plus 20 to hit. So that will miss. That will miss because of the natural 1 rule.
At least he didn't teleport behind us.
Next attack. That's going to be a 36 to hit.
Who's he attacking?
That manages to hit,
That will
surprisingly enough.
be... Yeah, so the first one would have been at Charm, the second one will be at Remus.
Alright.
So this one will be hitting Remus.
Cool. For how much damage?
I will roll it on stream so you guys can see how ridiculous this damage is. So that's 44 damage.
44. Wow.
Is it possible... I'm not sure how this mechanic actually works, but for safety net, when a melee attack is made against an ally within 30 feet of you, if I make the reaction, do they still get hit and teleported, or they get?
Oh no,
teleported
they won't
before
get
they hit?
teleported. Nope. So where do you want to teleport, Ramus? They won't take any damage.
All right,
And will be
I'm going
teleported.
to just teleport Ramus to yeah, has to be within 5 feet of me. Actually, no, behind me.
Okay, behind you. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's their 2 attacks. And their bonus action. Sweet. So next up, Ramus.
Good God. Right. We are going to go and go. Oh, wow. That was a little close. Excuse me. And I'm going to. Can I go in? Oh, yeah. Cool. I am going to use my distant strike ability. When I take the attack action, I can teleport up to 10 feet before each attack to an unoccupied space that you can see. So Ramus takes a step into. Let's see what would count in terms of 10 feet from where I currently am. Okay. Yeah. Ramus kind of takes a step and then just kind of vanishes from the world and reappears slightly to one side, and knocks an arrow. And I go and try and attack again from there. I don't have a minimum range on longbow, do I? I can still kind of shoot even though I'm relatively close. Cool.
As long as you're not in melee range.
Yeah, I figured. Let's go shoot to hit.
A 9 does not hit.
Please.
But you should have a second attack.
I do have a second attack. Let me see if I can find some way to make that less miserable. Hold on. Things I should have researched before getting into the business. That is okay. I guess if I make another attack, I then get to warp another 10 feet.
Sure.
So I'm gonna go warp here and take another shot.
Go for it.
And hopefully this will be less booty butt cheeks.
19 hits.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
We are clapping the cheeks instead. Take this.
Alrighty. 20 damage.
There is a step and a warp and a step and a warp. It's like, you're going to find it incredibly hard to go and catch up with me, darling, so give up while you're behind. We are going to use our bonus action to... What can I do in my bonus action? Ooh! No, we're not gonna. We're just gonna walk. Just gonna stroll away for 30 feet.
Go for it.
I mean, he can pull me back in again. I saw that magnet hands before. But yeah, over there then. Whoop, by the trees.
Sweet. Next up, Charm.
All right. Let's see. What do I have? All right. This time, seeing that he's right up to him, he's going to once again pull a card from thin air, but this time he's going to hold it kind of almost how he's holding it in his picture, like between his fists, and he's going to punch that guy with the card.
Nice. Go for it.
But using, once again, bonus action, steady aim, he's going to get advantage on his strike. Right. Oh, that's bad.
You do have advantage. Okay. One more chance.
Oh no, I rolled two cut of them.
Oh,
of
it
the
added
same
them
thing.
together. It does this sometimes, I think. Yeah, 2d20. So the first one...
Both of them were twos.
Both of them were twos. Okay.
Oh no.
That's really unlucky. You flick the cards, revealing a royal flush, and go to punch him in the face. And he just catches your fist. Just eyes locked with yours. That's the end of your turn? Or...
Let me see. What else do I have? Wait, I don't have Cunning action, do I?
No, that's a rogue thing.
Right. Yeah.
You do have fold though, but I think that needs to be a successful attack.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I don't think there's much else. Actually, I can use a attack on... Wait, I think I can do something else by bonus.
I use your bonus to give yourself advantage.
Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, he just stands there and puts up his fist.
Cool. Over to his turn. He just says, he whispers it, but both of you can hear him cloud as day. He says, you would dare run from me? And he holds his hand back, and Ramus, you feel your body just pulled, like, onto his grip. Like, with it, you don't have any... Again, your vision blurs as you feel... Yeah,
next to him.
but it's not quite teleportation. Like, you can feel your body physically moving through space, but it happens in the blink of an eye, and as he holds you there, hands on your throat, he goes to jam you with a sword. That's a 28 to hit.
That does indeed hit me.
Cool. Oh, wow, that's a really low roll. Oh, that is, that's 15 plus 12, so that's 27 points of damage.
27, sure. Where am I being placed since I've been walked through space?
You're right here.
Cool.
He's then gonna turn and he's gonna swing at Charm. That is 35 to hit.
That definitely hits.
That's 25 points of damage. Do you, Charm?
Alright. Big ouchie.
Wait, did I roll to hit you? I did, yes. I'm rolling physical dice. Oh my god. My brain's like disconnects between virtual and real dice. Okay, back to Ramus.
Upon those attacks resolving, I spend my reaction to Hellish Rebuke upon being attacked.
Go for it.
Point finger, the creature must immediately make a dexterity saving throw against, I guess, my charisma spell save DC.
Yeah, it definitely succeeds. It's like a 27.
Cool. You take half damage from this then. Did that proc? It did. Yeah, you take two revenge damage. Ooh, baby.
It sizzles the bottom of his beard, but he doesn't seem particularly phased.
A shorter beard suits you a little better, I think.
Okay. So, Ramus, what are you doing? That would have been your reaction to being hit. So we're back to your turn.
Gosh, I sure do have a whole bunch of limited options for doing certain things if I'm going to be pulled back in every time I go and put space in. But hey, we move. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike. Which now means that my movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks and I get advantage on my next attack roll, and it deals extra damage. It's good. So I'm immediately going to... Oh, my walking speed increases to 30 feet, so I think I back up 60 immediately.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can go quite far. Let's go over here. If that's not immediately out of camera sight, let me check.
No, I moved it. It's all good.
Cool, thank you for... Oh, this is going to be a real game of tug of war, isn't it? Anyway, eat shit. And we are going to go and attack this first one with advantage.
Go for it. Oh, an 18 does hit.
Cool. And that hits for the damage. Plus... Oh, sworn enemy. Oh my gosh, this is a pretty big... I guess, you know, at this point, I do step back and specifically go kind of like, I think we're just going to have to be enemies from now on, aren't we? Which, like, activates my bow to deal extra damage. High fantasy. Let's go and deal the additional damage from Zephyr Strike, first of all, before I forget. Yay. I will eventually look and see how much damage is on the other side. Bear with me. There are a lot of things going on at once. Oh, that automatic... Yeah, so we've got the 12. From that, we've got the 4. So that is 16 damage.
Okay.
Cool. It's force damage, so it's not resisted, but hey.
All right, and you've got one more attack, I believe.
Yeah, let's go again. That one doesn't have the extra bonus damage on it, though.
Cool.
And I guess doesn't have advantage. It's the first attack I make.
16 does not hit.
So it goes. All right, that's me.
You shoot your bow, it lands in between two of the armor cracks, and he kind of like tilts his head a little bit to get an eye on you. And as you shoot the second shot, a beauty by any normal standard, it goes in between the other arrow that you just shot, but in a way that doesn't deal any extra damage. It's just really flashy.
When we're done, I'm going to actually turn you into a living pincushion. And I end my turn.
Cool. At the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action. Both of you take 9 points of damage. 9 points of necrotic
Just
damage.
for free.
Yep. Yeah, you guys don't get to roll against this guy.
Love that for me.
Could I get HP updates, please?
I am
86.
currently at 66.
All right, 86 and 66. Nice. Okay. Cool. This guy's gonna take a swing at Charm. That is 26.
That hits. Is this a legendary action as well?
No, this is just a regular attack.
Okay.
That's 31 plus. That's 43 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
Wait, aren't I before this guy for the round?
Oh, did I miss you? I did. Apologies. Apologies, sir. Please go.
Alright. Well, I know what's coming up next, but he's gonna look at when the dwarf turned around and stabbed Ramus. He's just gonna tap him on the back politely. Go, you fool, you turn your back to your enemy. And he's going to once again do the steady aim, punch him in the face with the cards.
Go for it.
Alright.
20 hits.
And
Oh,
that's
31 definitely hits.
Alright, I'm going to spend 2 of my karma points. To do, what was it called? Double nothing.
Oh, you're gonna double or nothing? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Roll a d20.
Alright. 5.
Damn.
Alright. Damage doesn't change. That's fine. Alright, so do 1d4 plus 7. That's 4 plus 7, 11 damage. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll. 27. So 38.
38 damage. Okay. So as you do that, where do you want to stab him? With your cards.
Pretty much just punching him in the face with the card.
Nice. The cards like phase through his skull and then like reappear inside of him, and you see his eyes kind of like go to the side. His body falls back, and you've done it. For a second, you feel like everything's gone completely to plan.
Yeah, there's like a surprised blink from Remus. Okay.
I would
Excellent.
cheer, but poor Vivian. If
Good
only
job,
I
you
was a
handsome
little closer.
bastard. And then Remus looks down. Oh yeah.
I don't suppose you have anything to fix that, do you?
A little bit outside of my remit, unfortunately. Sorry.
From behind you, Ramus, you hear clapping. Slow. Clapping. Ramus, you turn and look behind you, and you see. You just grab him off screen. A huge, heavily armored figure. I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, I'll be immediately feared. Whiz save. But heck yeah.
Right.
12.
Charm, that's a fail. Charm, you are immediately feared. You need to get away from this guy as quickly as you can.
All right.
And it's still your turn. Are you gonna run?
I think he's... Because Wait, if I'm feared, I just can't get closer to him,
You need
right?
to spend all of your movement to run in the opposite direction.
Alright. I guess that's what I do if I have to do it.
Okay. Charm runs.
He's just like, run, Ramus, run!
And as Charm disappears off camera, we pan over to Ramus glancing up at this figure. And although you succeed on your wisdom save just, you feel inside you something intensely wrong. Something intensely powerful. Something spicy, and not in the nice way. And as you look up at this figure, you see them reach down for you. Does a 37 hit?
A 37.
Pretty sure that misses
surprisingly
Ramus.
enough, does hit me.
How much HP are you on?
I have 66 HP.
66. So as he reaches down and touches you, you immediately die.
Hell yeah.
And Charm, as you look back, you look over to Ramus being lifted up by this guy, and you see their body immediately go limp.
This is why you don't split the party!
But Ramus,
Yeah.
as you feel the breath escape your lips, and as you feel yourself fall into the embrace of death, your soul, as it begins to drift, is immediately brought back to the body and twisted and turned into something not truly human anymore.
Well, okay.
Your essence corrupted, your loyalties shifted. And that's where we're going to leave you for today.
Ooh, to build on that just
Yes,
a bit, please.
please.
Fit within the nature of the character. Yeah, there is like upon the body of Ramus being like grabbed, and their mouth like opens in a silent scream, and a fairy comes out. And for a moment, it just looks like the body of Ramus Pomafer is but a puppet made of gems and wax and sticks and stones, lifeless. Nothing really actually much of an object at all, but chains kind of hanging off their body as if they were a marionette. and then we see these chains tauten again and change color. And the fairy that emerged from Aramis Pomafer's body kind of glances down and doesn't really say much of a thing at all. These fairies have no mouths. They're just a thing of glass and stardust, but get wrenched back inside the body again. The chains suspend into the air, stretching into nowhere, and vanish.
Amazing. So,
That is fucking awesome.
so the rest
Hey,
of
guessed
you.
me on the show for a reason. Anyway.
Oh wow! What? Neon Caster is going to be there for episode 1 and 4? What could they possibly be doing in episode 4? Crazy. So,
He's so much more glib than us. He's gonna verbally destroy us.
the rest of you. You guys make your way down the path, rushing to where this large gathering of people and this huge monster that rears up from the beginning of this forest. You see... Oh my god, I need to count. "32 dwarven soldiers surrounding 32 surrounding 3 huge cages which contain dozens of people, more than you for a fact you knew were inside that cathedral, that temple. And as you arrive, the huge monster with 5 heads rears over. I will switch it for you guys so you can see.
Oh no.
Nice.
Great. Excuse me, sir. This is a Wendy's.
They all 32 of these dwarven soldiers' heads all snap towards you. This beast looks kind of, you know, pitifully towards you. And I'd like everybody else to roll initiative, please.
Jesus.
7 dwarfs for each mouth.
I rolled a natural 20,
Nice.
25.
19 for me.
Okay. Now my heat has gotten too hot. Alright. And then I'll roll for the dudes. Big monster guy. He'll go here. Yep. And the rest of the dudes. Alright, Rhiannon, you're up.
Well, I would look up at the 5-headed monster and say, finally, enough of talking for today. And I will rage.
Okay. All of you hear this bestial roar from Rhiannon, throwing off the small cape on himself, revealing just the bare essentials of what's needed. Alright.
And then he takes out his staff and he goes directly in front of the monster
Go for it.
and will take a reckless attack. And I will swing at its head if I can. One of its heads. So that is a 20. Does a 31 hit, Merlin?
It does indeed hit.
Okay. So that deals 20 slashing damage. And with rage, that's an extra 3 damage. And then I also get 1d6 plus 7 on top of that.
Okay, go for it. Oh yes, your radiant damage.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's 30 plus 3. That's so 33 damage for the first hit.
Yep.
And I will slash at its neck
Go for it.
and create like a huge gash if I can. And then I will take another attack
Go for it.
and also make this reckless. Does a 23 hit?
23 does indeed hit.
And that is a total of another 22 damage.
Okay. 55 damage. Nice. Is
And
that
then I
your...
will just ready my axe for the next turn.
Alrighty.
Yep, that is all I can do.
Umbra.
Okay, I am going to walk out as far as I can in front of this group of folks right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have 35 feet, so that should be okay. And I am going to cast Fear on as many people as I can within this group of dwarves.
Okay, and is there a specific number?
No, it just says each creature in a 30-foot cone.
Oh my god, that's like pretty much most of them.
Yeah.
Wait, I can draw shapes. I forget how to make it do the thing.
I mean,
I'm just gonna
It's
say it's
okay.
basically everybody on everybody on the right side. Oh no, yeah, that's okay. That's a lot of people. All right.
so they gotta make wisdom saves.
Oh god. Okay. How many people's that? A lot.
One sec, I'll do it again so we can see how many people that is.
Alright.
So
7, 8, 9, 10.
I got 15.
15. All right. On it. And your save DC is?
18.
15. Okay, so that's 1 success out of 4. 2 successes out of 8. 2 successes out of 12. Yeah, none of them succeed. 2 of them succeed. The rest are all fear.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like hold my book open in front of me, and it's going to start to cast like an eerie glow on the underside of my face, and in the reflection of my glasses, which these dwarves are looking at, they will see in the reflection their worst nightmares and all of their, impending deaths and their suffering for all eternity, and kind of these voices that kind of emanate from around me as I begin telling this story about how much they're going to suffer if they keep doing this.
Amazing. All right,
Oh
they're
my
gonna
God.
run as far as they can on their next turn.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
I think that's my turn.
That is the most effective use of that spell I've ever seen. That's awesome.
Glad I could help.
Elikin.
Yeah, cool. Wow, insane. Sorry, I'm just getting over that. That was amazing. Elikin is going to... Oh, I'm not on the right thing. Rush forward 30 feet. So, and she's going to try and get in between these dwarfs and the 5-headed thing.
Yep.
And
It's a
so
hydra.
about there,
That's what it is.
so I assumed it was a hydra. I
Yeah.
just wasn't sure. And she will walk in to the center of them, and then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level.
Nice.
And that's a con save on anyone within 15 feet.
Okay, so
That
that
shouldn't get Umbra was the main wish. But if I will
Right.
move if
2, 4. She is, but I'll say you have such control over your
like
elemental
there.
magic. Yeah.
Or I guess couldn't get to there. Maybe there. Maybe that's the way to do it. But
Yeah. All right. Okay, so in that case, that's 6 of the little dudes. So I'll do them first. What did your save DC?
18
And it's Dex.
Constitution.
Constitution. Okay, these guys are pretty buff. That's 2 successes. 3 successes. So how much damage is
Okey-dokey.
that?
That is. I'll tell you as soon as it rolls it. 13 with a on a fail, and then so 6 on a success.
All
that's
right.
nice. And but then you should also get Hydra Boy as well, hopefully. So,
yes, I will do him right now. I'm pretty sure that's a success. Yeah, that's a success from Hydra. But he'll still take half.
I'll take half. It's not. And then bonus action, I will like the gusts of air just kind of like sweep up around her, and she will fly up and move away, move back 10 feet, because that's her tempestuous magic, and so she'll
Amazing.
come back to there, and no one can do anything about it. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's her turn.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Next up, we got the Hydra. It is going to make 2 attacks against Rhiannon.
Also gets advantage too.
Yes, it does. It gets an advantage on... So, fun fact, one of its heads dies because you dealt enough damage to it. So it only gets to make 4 attacks with advantage.
Okay, only 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, I'm pretty sure the first one is a miss. It's a 12.
That misses.
24.
That hits.
26.
AC is 19, so.
Okay. And then 27. So that's 3 hits. So you take 32 points of piercing damage, halved because you're raging. So that's 16.
Mm-hmm.
And you also take 19 points of acid damage.
Gotcha.
When that happens, I would like to cast Vengeance and expend a Resilience point to do 2d6 cold damage to the Hydra.
Okay. Wait, you don't have to be in melee with it?
Within 30 feet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, sure.
Okay, 2d6, 1 second. That is 11.
Okay, it takes 11 points of cold damage. Nice. Okay. It's not going to move. Ma, you're up.
I would like to run up right there.
Mm-hmm.
Get out Blaylock,
Mm-hmm.
ram him into the floor, and cast Explosive Armor,
Okay.
excluding all of my allies and the hostages in the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Cages. And can I use a resilience point to reduce the damage done to me
Yes.
through that?
Of course you can.
Okay, then I would also like to do that.
Okay.
And do 8d6 damage to everyone within a 20-foot radius.
My God.
Which should be everyone until here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, go for it.
Let me just...
8d6 cold damage. Oh, yes. Mighty fine. Thank you, ma'am.
That's 33. I also have used a resilience point for the first round. So I would like to... Can I curse Ricochet? No. Nah, never mind. That's only against the attacker.
Realize, can I do this on mass? No. That's annoying. I'm just using these to
36,
keep track of damage. Sorry, don't mind me.
Yep. That is 16, and then I would like to use Stone's Endurance as a reaction
Mm-hmm.
to reduce more damage dealt to me.
Sure, not a problem. This is the
That
most...
is 14, so I only take 2.
No problems. This is the most inefficient way to track damage, but it's so much easier for me visually than tracking numbers. And numbering them. Alright.
And then I would like to move 10 more feet because I have 40 feet of movement and move over here, so I'm within 15 feet of this boy.
Amazing.
The big boy.
Okay.
Because now everybody has disadvantage on my teammates.
Cool. You stab your shield into the ground, and the ground immediately turns to ice, and shards immediately shoot upwards. Just impaling all of their legs. Oh yes, mighty fine. Wouldn't you say I've done such a good job, ma'am?
Please focus on the fight.
Yes, yes, of course. Okay. Next up, we got the dudes. Yes, I have named all of these guys just the dudes. Oh, these guys are actually feared, I believe, actually. Not these ones. These guys are fine. Pretty much all of these guys are feared, though. All of them bar 2. So these guys are gonna run. And these guys are gonna run. These guys are gonna charge down. And these guys are... Ooh, I don't get the cage. These guys are gonna charge to here. They're not gonna quite make it to you. Yeah, let's get some claps for the dudes. Alright, so that's gonna be 5 attacks against Ma. It's fine, she has 200 hit points, don't worry about her. Alright, that's gonna be... What's your, AC again, Ma?
22.
22.
At the moment.
Okay. So that's... Of the 5 attacks, that is only 2 hits. Sorry, 1 hit. So that's gonna be, 8 points of damage. And again,
I would like...
Umbra. Sorry, you'd like to reduce it, I'm guessing?
No, I
No.
would like to cursed ricochet
Okay.
him with 1d6 thunder and 1d6 cold damage.
Alright, go for it. Yeah, that dude's dead. And that's gonna be...
I've been hit. Does it only count if the hit connects?
Yes. Missed hits don't, I believe. I'll need to look at the wording, but it shouldn't do. And on Umbra, that is a 13 and a 14. I believe neither of those.
Both of those hit.
Both of
My
those hit.
AC's 12.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna die. I told you I was ready.
That's
I'm sorry,
19
Merlin,
points of damage.
Did you roll with disadvantage?
Against... Oh, you're right. Those ones aren't feared. All the feared ones have run away.
But the
No,
explosion?
Oh, the explosion?
And any enemy within 15 feet of me? Wait, is that only during my rumination? No, always. These two have disadvantage
Okay.
on their
so,
attacks against her.
The first attack hits and the second attack misses.
Okay.
So that is 8 points of damage, Umbra.
Okie dokie, thank you.
Okay. That was the dudes. Rhiannon.
Right. And then wherever the shield is planted, I will kind of pounce onto the shield and say, "Look alive, talking shield." And then I will pounce off the shield and make a reckless attack against one of the heads. Like almost like a jumping attack without the actual jumping.
Yeah. The shield just goes, "Hiya!"
Oh,
Glad
that's a
you two get
17.
along.
A 17 does hit.
Ooh, a 17 does hit. Okay. For 20 slashing damage plus 3. And then I will also do the 1d6 plus 7 as well.
Okay.
Or 8 damage. Another 8 damage.
Okay. Second attack.
And then as he makes the first attack, he'll kind of do like a spinning attack as he falls down to the ground, also making it reckless.
32
So
definitely hits.
32 hits.
Definitely hits.
So that's 13 plus 3, so another 16 damage.
16. That's not enough to knock out a head. But it is a respectable amount of damage nonetheless. All right.
And I will say to myself, I must be getting rusty. And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Umbra.
Okay, I'm gonna do something really bad. I'm going to expend my 8th level Mystic Arcanum,
Okay.
and I'm going to do Endless Dreaming. So I'm going to try and get as many of the bad guys as I can, because it's a 60 creatures within 60 feet of me. So I roll a 2d8 and I multiply that by
That's literally all of them.
I know, but it's like the sleep spell, so it only functions by ascending order of hit points. So I do /R2 /R 2d8. So 11 times 8.
Per level of the Mystic Arcanum expended, but so use an 8th level, right?
Yes.
So
So
that
that
would
is
be-
88 hit points worth of people go to the demi-plane of nightmares.
They get transported there?
Yes. So it functions like the banishment spell,
Sure.
and all of them get sent to the demi-plane of nightmares, and when they return, they have to roll on the short-term madness table. But also I lose concentration on the people that are currently afraid of me, so they can do whatever they want now.
All right. Okay. Yep. This guy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Yeah, 5 of them,
Okay.
and the rest feel very sleepy.
Cool. I just, I'm just kind of smiling and happy. That was fun.
My God. She's done, she hasn't dealt any damage, but she is the most scary member of this squad.
I built this just to be scary. I wasn't trying to do damage. I just wanted to induce fear.
Amazing.
But yeah, that's all I can do. I end my turn.
You're not gonna move?
Actually, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move next to Mar because she's very nice,
Amazing.
and I just want to be closer to my friends.
Elican.
Great. Okay. I think she's going to before I forget, she's going to use Meta Magic Careful spell to automatically... it succeed the saving throw. No, she's not going to do that. I take it all back. Right. I am going to... it's looking bad, isn't it? I will cast... Where has it gone? Sorry. So many spells.
Our word kill.
Yeah, that's the one. On everyone. No, Chain Lightning.
Oh boy, okay.
On the Hydra. So that is a Dex save of 18 on the Hydra, and then it bolts to 3 others, and just the 3 that are nearest, it can go to them as well.
Amazing. What kind of save's that?
Dex.
Dex. Hydras, famously not particularly dexterous.
Right.
14.
That fails.
That is a fail. Roll your damage.
Roll lots of dices. 47.
Jesus. Okay.
And then it also... 603. That's lightning damage, and she just basically, this bolt of lightning damage just flies out from the center of her necklace. Her eyes turn into these lightning bolts, and it just goes straight into the Hydra, and then just arcs out and hopefully takes out 3 dwarves as well.
Okay. Even at half damage...
Has to be within 30.
Even at half damage, it depends. Do you want to take out 3 in this group or in this group?
No, the ones that are near my friends.
No,
so not the ones that are running away. Is 3? Are they there?
Pew. There we are. Dead.
And she turns to Umbra and goes, "Are you okay?"
Oh yes, of course, my dear. That was lovely.
Okay, great. Yes, I just, there were lots of people around you, and I was worried you'd get hurt. So,
don't worry about me.
I think that's all I've got. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. You've knocked out the Hydra down a head. It's down to 3 heads.
Yes.
Okay. Now on the Hydra, it's going to attempt to regenerate one of its heads. That is a fail. It's gonna step down because that lightning hurt. And it's gonna make 2 attacks against 3 attacks. 2 attacks against Elican and then 1 against Rhiannon. 2 against Elican. Oh my gosh, those are pretty low rolls.
Those are already at disadvantage, right?
Because of the
because of Mars thing.
Oh,
Mars
yes.
being
Still
great.
within 15 feet of me.
Yep. Okay.
As if not, I was gonna do another thing that makes it
All right. In
disadvantage.
that case, that'll be both of the rolls. Plus 8. All right. So that is a 15 and a 17 to hit. Elican.
17 does hit. The
17. All right.
misses.
One of them hits.
Is it a melee attack?
It is.
I will use my reaction to also deal 14 lightning damage straight back at it.
Amazing.
And it has to make a strength saving throw as well. Otherwise, it gets pushed away from me.
Yeah, it definitely gets pushed away.
20 feet in a straight line away from me.
Amazing. Still gets to make its attack against Rhiannon. Just straight roll because it gets advantage because of reckless attack. That's a 26.
That's
Oh, that reminds me. I didn't. Did I tell you the damage?
For the attack, it was 11, right? I saw it on.
Yeah. And then so 11 points of piercing damage, and then 1 point of acid damage,
Ah.
and then that is 11 points of damage, piercing damage reduced to 5 on you, Rhiannon. And then 8 points of acid damage. Okay. Next up, we got Ma.
Hmm. I feel like Umbra has the dwarves handled. So I will be sprinting towards the Hydra, so it gets disadvantage again.
Okay.
Not sprinting, I'm actually just walking.
Oh my, ma'am, you look
Then-
so very good walking in such slow motion. Very impressive, I must say.
Laylock. Later, okay?
Of course, ma'am, of course.
Oh my god, what do I do? Do I just bonk it? I think I can only bonk it.
Go for the bonk.
I'll go for bonk.
Go for it.
Oh, that's a 10.
A 10 misses, I'm afraid.
Wait, can I attack twice? Let
No.
me just reread that. No.
Nope.
Oh my god, I'm not an attacker.
No, that's not what the point of Guardian. That's why I made it. A true tank for D&D. No attacks for you. You use all of your
No
attacking
attacks
stuff
for me.
so quickly, where I was like, she's got no damage output now. It's all gone.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just here to impose disadvantage. I
All right.
still have a few things.
All right, now it's the dudes.
You left a 15-foot radius that gives them disadvantage.
Yep. Oops.
I'm gonna get murked.
Honestly, I shouldn't have done this. Ow.
Yep, they're all gonna swarm Umbra. So how much damage? How many rolls is that? 2, 4, 6.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another ability.
Okay.
It's this one. So I can only use this on one person. Can I just just one person, because
I just want one of them to have disadvantage. I can't do more than one.
Okay. Sure. So whichever one hits you first, we'll just fall unconscious. Sure.
okay. They have to make a wisdom save, and if they succeed, they have disadvantage, and if they fail, then they're unconscious.
Okay. So that is 3 hits However, the first one doesn't count because they fall unconscious.
Okay.
So that's two damage dice. If I can find the right ones. 11. That is 21 points of damage.
Okay.
Now it is Elican.
It's me. I just went, didn't I? Is it really me already?
Oh. Whoa. Okay, the dudes. I missed Rhiannon. My bad. I skipped to Umbra. Rhiannon, your turn.
Well, and seeing as how Umbra's being surrounded, I will make my way here.
Make my way.
And although I get 2 attacks, can I just say that I just make one wide swing and
Sure.
Make 2 attacks?
Go for it.
All right, so making this a reckless attack with the Great Weapon Master feat that I forgot about.
Okay, so this is -5 to the hit.
The hit, yes.
Yep, an 18 still hits.
So 18.
18 still hits.
All right. And then so rolling the damage. It's a 10 slashing damage, but plus 10 because of the Great Weapon Master.
Bam, he's dead.
And then I will make another attack against another one. With the reckless attack and Great Weapon Master as
Go
well.
for it.
That's a 25.
Yes, it definitely hits.
For 17 plus 10, so 27 damage.
Alright. He's looking rough, but he's not dead.
Okay, then I will add the 1d6 plus 7 onto him.
Now he's dead.
And then I will use another feat of Weapon Master attack. Use the bonus action to make another melee weapon attack.
Okay.
Same deal with this one?
Yep.
So that is a 24.
Definitely hits.
18 damage.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, that's 21 because I haven't been adding the rage damage, so that'd be 21 total.
Yeah. Doesn't change it too much. Okay.
So yeah, I just take one big swing and
Knock one guy
Claw
out and claw against the eyes of the other.
exactly.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn? Are you gonna move?
I already moved. Well, actually, yeah, I already moved.
Okay. Then it would have been Umbra, but we'll go to Elican now. Because I skipped.
Okay, I am gonna move to get sort of behind this lot here. So hopefully they sort of look at me. But then Elican's gonna start to like conjure up what at first looks like this mote of flame, but very quickly starts to crackle. And I am going to transmute a fireball into lightning damage because I can.
Amazing.
And hurl what I will call a lightning ball at the... Are they running away still, the dwarves at the top?
They're
not,
running
are
toward. They're running towards now.
Yeah, cool. So I'm going to throw the 20-foot radius lightning ball sort of in between the Hydra, and I'm hoping I can get 20 foot. So main thing is to get the dwarves, but if I can kind of catch the Hydra
you can
as
catch
well,
it. You can catch a head. Yep.
that'd be great. So yes, I will throw that, and yeah, that's dexterity save.
Save from the Hydra. Fail. And
Lovely.
then just so many rolls. Okay. So how many of them? 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. So there's 14 of them. So between them, they would need to get. Actually, roll the damage.
25.
25 even. Oh.
Sorry if I made that difficult. I wish I didn't
No,
roll
no.
well. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Not at all. Let me roll. 4 fails. 2 successes. Actually, 1 success. 2 successes. 2 successes, the rest die.
Hooray! Okay,
Nice.
great.
Holy shit.
And that's I can move, but I'm not going to. That's my turn.
Amazing. God.
Throwing lightning at everyone now.
Absolute beasts. I love it. All right. Next up, it is Dehadra.
I have a question. Charm has the mobile feat. If he's running in fear towards the party, how long is it gonna take?
I was
for
about to
him
say you're about to get here. You're gonna get here at the beginning of the next
Amazing.
round.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now it's the Hydra. It's gonna make 3 attacks against Ma at disadvantage.
Oh, why was my turn skipped?
No. So we went to you because you did your dream thingy. Oh, did I?
Oh no, that was a reaction.
Oh my gosh. Where are we in the turn order?
Oh,
Did I
we just passed Ella?
Yeah.
So you were before me normally.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hope I
typically.
didn't skip anyone. All right. Sorry, Umbra. Please go. Apologies. I got shaken out of the turn order for a second.
That's all good.
Do any of these dwarves surrounding me look like they'd make exceptionally good friends?
Make an insight check.
Make an inside check. You're gonna hate me for what I'm gonna do.
None of them look particularly friendly. One of them kind of looks like, he's got a bit of a, really well cropped beard. He looks like he really cares about like his appearance. But the others are all like gruff and, not
Okay,
nice looking.
cool. I'm gonna cast Finger of Death on him.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So he has to make a con save or take 58 points of necrotic damage.
That's a con save.
Yeah,
He does succeed.
so then he takes half that.
26. Oh my
Is he killed by that by any chance?
You know what? I'll say it's this one, and yes.
Okay, so he's my friend now. He's a
Oh.
zombie and he's mine.
Okay.
He's my friend now. We're having soft tacos later.
I was
Okay.
immediately jealous.
Well, we can all have soft tacos.
I could really go for some soft tacos.
Sounds lovely.
Oh my lord, Umbra's scary. Holy
So
shit.
scary.
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna do anything else, Umbra?
I think bonus action, and I'm gonna drink the potion.
Okay, go for it.
How
It's
many points is that?
greater, so I believe that's let me just
44?
44 plus 4.
there you go.
Yep, 44 plus 4 it says.
Okay, 15 points.
15 points, that's pretty solid.
To show my friendship to Elican.
Dear, do you want to name our new friend by any chance?
Want any of him?
Oh, well, the one that I just murdered.
But what?
He's going to pop up any second with a bit more spring in his step this time.
Great.
I thought that, it'd be nice to have a pet together.
A pet. Yes. I've had pets before. Yes.
Yes, what would you like to name this one?
Oh, he looks like a Fred.
Fred, lovely.
I pat Fred on the head, and then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Oh my lord. Alright, then it was Elican. Then it was the Hydra. The Hydra was rolling attacks against Ma. 3 attacks at disadvantage.
They are not at disadvantage against me. They're just
Oh,
disadvantage
towards
against
other
everyone
people.
else.
Gotcha. Alright, so that's 20 to hit, and one of them is a miss. The other one's a miss. And then the other one is a 24.
Yep, one of them gets me.
Alright, so that is 15 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 points of acid damage.
Okay, I will use a resilience point to have that, so it's 10.
Not a problem. All right.
Is
It's
that a
gonna.
melee attack?
It is.
Sorry. Okay.
Gonna ricochet.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna ricochet pulse,
Okay.
which is 2d6 thunder and 1d6 cold.
Okay.
Bum. 2d6 thunder, 1d6 cold. That's 9.
9. All right. It's gonna attempt to grow back ahead. Fail. Okay. Ma, you're up.
Get lost, you ugly lizard. Other than that, I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do this now. Thank you so much,
wait,
Neon.
I can bonk it.
Sorry, real quick. Thank you so much, Neon, for joining us today. Everybody go follow Neon over on Twitch and on Twitter.
No, hello?
I think the stream's lagging a bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, no, I think we're back.
Merlin, are you okay?
Whoa, what happened there?
We're back. It was
Hello?
doing this mini
Yes,
circle,
you.
but I think we're back.
Whoa, okay, that's weird.
Got sent to the Shadow Realm for a second.
Well, okay. Chat, what did you miss? What happened? What was the last thing you heard? Yeah, so, I was like, oh, that's weird. My internet was like weird for a sec, and then I look over and it's just like 4,600 frames dropped, and I was like, that's not normal.
You seem to be back in action though. It's all
Okay, good. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Neon.
Yes, sorry that I have to vanish. This was an amazing session. I can't wait to return and be just as scary as Umbra. Good God, she is out here making moves. I stand.
Hell yeah.
Obsessed.
I'm going
So you're
to
all amazing to play with. Have a fantastic evening, everyone.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Neon.
Bye bye.
rip their soul back from that dwarf.
Okay, sorry. All right. Ma, you're making an attack. 22 hits.
Yeah, I bonk him. It's 22, and wait, where's my... There it is. Let's do some damage. It's a 5.
A whole 5 damage. Love it.
Yeah!
All right.
I gotta go back to the team.
Is that the end of your turn, Ma?
No, I am gonna go back to the team.
All right. It is going to make an attack of opportunity against you as you go to flee.
Yeah,
That's a 27 to hit.
that hits.
Hey.
Would that be a melee attack?
It is a melee attack, yes.
Okay.
So that is 12 points of piercing damage and 4 points of acid damage.
Mm-hmm. Then I will take that and cursed ricochet it again.
Okay.
2d6 thunder. And 1d6 cold.
Okay. Amazing. Now it is the dudes. This guy's gonna come around here. This guy's gonna come here. Alright, so it's gonna be one attack against Rhiannon with straight roll because of reckless attack and then because of Ma. That's a miss. 2 attacks against Ma with disadvantage. Natural 1. Miss.
Why the disadvantage?
Oh yeah, they hit you normally. So one of those was a hit.
Ah, okay.
Does Fred share the initiative of these other fellows now?
He does. I was about to say he's gonna go after these guys are done.
Okay, perfect.
You take 12 points of piercing damage and 1 point of acid damage, Ma.
Mm-hmm.
one attack against Umbra with disadvantage. That misses.
I'm sorry. May I Curse Ricochet them again?
Sure.
It is a 15-foot radius.
Because you only have one reaction. So, and you've already used your reaction when you left the Hydra.
Gotcha.
I believe. All right.
It is actually an ability and not a reaction. And expending resilience points also does not cost a reaction.
Curse Ricochet? Or just regular Ricochet? Ricochet! Oh, the first time you use a resilience point to reduce in a battle round. Which has already happened because we're in the same round.
It has. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Next up, we
So-
got...
2 guys hit me?
one guy hit you.
Okay.
All right, next one against Elican with disadvantage. That is 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right. That is 7 points of piercing damage.
Cool. They take 14 points of lightning damage.
Oof.
If they're not dead, they have to make a...
Strength saving throw?
Where is it? Strength saving throw, yeah, 18.
No, it's a 12. They're prone.
Well, they get pushed 20 feet away, actually.
Okay, so they would get pushed into this guy.
Okay.
So
Never mind.
he will instead fall prone because he's got nowhere to go.
Works for me.
All right, and the next guy.
I'm so sorry. May I use Vengeance against him to cause 2d6 damage because he attacked an ally within 30 feet?
Is that a reaction or is that just free?
No.
I made this class. You'd think I know it.
Oh, it is a reaction. It is a reaction, but I have, as far as I know, not used a reaction yet.
No. Okay. So in that case, yeah, sure. Roll your damage. And then the next attacks against you, Elican, is a natural 20.
Does hit.
And you take 17 points of piercing damage.
You.
All right. And is this to everyone around you, Ma? All your enemies? Or is it just against the guy who hit you?
Just the guy.
All right, just the guy. That'll kill the guy.
Yay.
Fred, where's Fred?
Oh, yes, Fred. Who do you want Fred to attack? The guy right above him?
Fred.
Yeah,
All right.
I kind of want him to attack the person, one of the people that just attacked Elican, to be honest.
All right, sure, he can do that.
Yeah,
He's going to walk down here,
Yeah.
and he's going to attack the guy on the ground.
hell yeah.
So with advantage. That's 23 to hit.
Go, Fred.
And he'll deal 10 damage to the guy on the ground.
Awesome.
And he'll look over and he's like, am I doing a good job?
You're doing a very good job, dear.
Oh, thanks.
How long do we get to keep Fred for?
Forever.
Forever,
He's
huh?
just your undead
Really?
puppet now? Amazing.
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, I've got some great uses for Fred. Okay.
That's not menacing at all. Rhiannon, you're up.
Is Charm here, by the way?
Oh, yes,
Is
Charm.
here yet?
You arrive, and I'm going to put you at the top of the initiative order. Charm, you arrive. I'll put you on the road. There we are.
All right. Wait, is it my go now?
Yes, it is.
You see Charm just running up the road. Guys, Roberts, he's dead. Giant dwarf. Oh my god, what is that thing? Holy crap. Oh, and he looks at the Hydra, starts backing away. He's going to get closer to his friends.
Don't you dare touch Fred.
I think he is going to back away from the Hydra to about here. Then, actually, no, he's going to stay where he is. Looks at his teammates fighting that. Look at the Hydra. How badly damaged does the Hydra look?
On a scale of 400, 200. 204 to be
What an interesting
specifically.
scale to use.
204 to be specific.
That's a good scale. Okay. He looks at his party and shouts, "Stay back! I will defeat this monster." And he's going to once again. He's going to take a card out of thin air. He's going to make it spin in his palm, and it's going to keep spinning even faster and faster. He is going to use his steady aim to give himself advantage once more. This time with his sharpshooter, he's going to do the sharpshooter as well, so -5 to attack to get +10 for damage.
Sure, not a problem.
And he's going to strike with advantage, aiming at the body of this Hydra. First one is 24 -5.
So
is
19. So that's a hit.
19.
But let's see if you crit.
Come on. No.
No
Same
problem.
thing. All right. That is a D4. That's a 4 + 7 is 11 damage once again.
And then plus
And then
the Phantom
7d6.
Sharpshooter. That's
Yep.
actually 21.
21 + 22 is 43.
Okay. Not too shabby.
Nice.
All right.
Muscle Man, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Rhombus is gone. We're down to the fabulous 5.
I love that you use alliterations, but this is not the moment for that.
What's alliteration?
This does it naturally.
All right.
All right, and that ends his.
Amazing. All right. Rhiannon.
And seeing as how these party members have this under control, I will start running towards the Hydra once more.
Go for it.
And I want to say that once he gets about here, he will stick his staff into the ground and almost use it like a pole vault to leap into the air and take another slash against the Hydra,
Go for it.
making it reckless and with great weapon master.
A natural 20.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
I think
So that is
Does the +10 also get double?
yeah, the +10 gets doubled as well. So that's 20 from Great Weapon Master. Let's just get that out of the way. And then 9. Okay. So on the D12, you rolled a 3. So that doubles to 6. That's 15 damage. You get a brutal critical. You rolled 2d12. Okay, so that's 13 doubled to 26. It's a brutal critical.
then
And then you
Divine
need to roll
Fury
your
as well.
your Divine Fury. Okay, so that's 4 doubled to 8.
that's
So
4 + 7.
15.
And then I also get brutal critical because I'm a barbarian.
Yeah, it's already rolled that. Rolled that there. I've already taken that
So
into account.
the brutal critical is 2 additional weapon damage dice.
Right,
because of
it's
brutal
already rolled that within your attack because it knows that it was a crit.
No, there's another like barbarian thing called brutal critical that allows me to do an extra 2 weapon damage.
Right, I
dice.
think that's already been rolled. That's what I'm trying to say. Unless what I'm.
Is that separate from the regular critical?
No.
Yeah, I
If
think
you look at
if
the damage in roll 20,
it says brutal critical on your attack already.
Oh, does it automatically?
Yeah, it automatically
gotcha,
does it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Okay.
altogether, that is 76
and then I
damage.
will, as he's falling down, he will make another attack then.
Go for it. 76 damage in one hit.
Whoa.
Oh, we got the lead in circle again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Are
Okay.
we back?
Yeah, I think we're back.
Yeah, Merlin. You...
Sorry, everyone. My internet. It's Australia, guys. Come on. Oh, it's doing it again.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you cut out again.
Yep, I know. My internet's doing it. Give me a sec.
Oh wait, we're back. I think we're back. I don't see the circle anymore. We're back.
Morlin, stay with us.
speak to us.
Oh no, our god
Okay, I'm back.
does not hear our prayers.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yep, we do.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I unplugged and replugged my internet back in. I think that might have saved it.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, chat.
Hell yeah.
Are we good?
I
Are
think
you
so.
alive? Okay. We also have to add 3 to that,
Yes.
just because of the rage damage. And then, yeah, as he makes the first swipe, as he's jumping up, he'll make a second swipe on the way down.
Go for it. 31 definitely hits.
That is...
No, you're within 30 feet of me, so you get to add 1d6 psychic damage on your attack.
So many numbers. Alright. That is 11 plus the 10 from Great Weapon Master. And then Charms 1d6 for an extra 3 damage.
Okay.
Every time you land an attack, so I think the first attack also gets a d6.
Yeah. So roll another d6 as well. And this will be doubled. So 4. So it's an additional 4. And then 14. God. And this
How
this
many
guy
heads
is
of this Hydra left?
1 at this point. This is why barbarians are not tanks. I'll die on this hill. All right. At the end of your turn, Rhiannon?
The last thing I'll do is look to Charm and say, "Good job, and thank you for coming." And then I'll end my turn.
Okay. Next up, we got Umbra.
Okay, so is that where Rhiannon is right now
Yes.
in relation to everyone?
Yes.
So here's what I'm wanting to do. I would like to use my amethyst lodestone and expend 3 charges of it to cast reversed gravity on the Hydra and the 2 people that are there. It says a 50-foot radius centered at a point within 100 feet away.
Yeah.
So I was hoping I could start it like behind them so
Yeah,
I
that's
could
fine.
get both of them and not. Yeah.
You can do that. That's cool.
Yeah. So it would be a DC 18 Dex save.
All right, from the Hydra, that's a fail. From the 2 dudes.
Okay.
Yes. That's 2 fails from the dudes as well.
Okay, so they go up in the sky,
Okay.
like really fast and really far, 100 feet up.
Okay, they go 100 feet up.
Gosh.
Wow, Charm's going to use a
and-
reaction to take that as well.
All right. Because it's over 3rd level, you'll have to. Oh, sorry, over 5th level. Because I've. Let me just read.
Oh, what level is that spell?
Reverse gravity is a 7th level,
Oh,
but because of the lodestone that I have, it only takes 3 charges of my magic item.
All right, so you'll have to make a spell check. So that'll be you have to get a 15. So just a d20 plus your charisma.
15, come on. No, 10.
Ah, rip. You try to steal the spell, but once again, it's just a little bit out of your reach magically today, Charm. You're not having the greatest day.
My god, she's powerful.
For this, do I have to use an action or a bonus action to end it, or can I just like yeet them up into the sky and then cancel the spell so they fall?
You can cancel the spell so they fall.
Okay, so then that would be 10d6 bludgeoning damage as
Go
they hit the
for
ground
it.
again.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yes.
Slash R 10d6. 39 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Yeah,
This
they go
Hydra's
splat.
looking rough. These guys are fucking dead.
Okay, cool.
They
how
just
many more
splatter
turns
into the
until
trees.
How many more turns until the Nightmare Realm people come back? Because it's 6 rounds.
I'm gonna say with the level of the nightmare, they're not coming back.
At all?
Nah, they're not coming back. They were so scared, they're
Oh.
not even gonna try to come back. They would rather be in that nightmare than come back to this.
Okay.
So I can drop concentration on it?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I give thumbs up to everyone around me.
Thumbs up.
Amazing. Okay. Next up, Elican.
Oh, great. She will look at Fred and go, "Hello, Fred. I'm Ella, and I think we're just going to make you a little bit more useful. And bonus action, I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath
Oh my
on Fred.
god, yes.
So Fred can now spew a cone of lightning, 15-foot cone of lightning for 3d6 dexterity saving throws when he makes it on his turns. And then for my action, I will twin spell Shocking Grasp, and I'll just reach out and grab the two that are next to me and just turn to them and go, "Hello, I'm Elican, daughter of Ikhal. I am the blood of the lightning strike," and then try and electrocute them, hopefully to death.
Amazing. Sure, so make a
that's
spell attack.
me roll to hit.
Yes. Okay.
I do it twice, don't I, with twin spell?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Damage of that one is 12. And then second one is a natural. No, it's not. Is it a natural one? It's a natural one. So
Well, actually, so
fine.
that first one, if it was against the guy below, hits, but then the guy next, the other guy's on the ground, so you have advantage.
Oh, yes, that's true, I do. It's a one again!
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
Double.
She just can't quite grab. He's got a funny armor on, and she's like, "Sorry, can you sit still? I did a cool line, and you. Oh, okay, fine."
Oh, god. He's just like rolling around, trying not to get grabbed. You fry the other guy a little bit, though.
Cool. That's my turn.
Okay.
I forgot a thing. I forgot a thing that I do because I've forgotten it every time, and I'm gonna, if you let me do it slightly late. Where is it? Storm's Fury. Nope, not Storm's Fury. Heart of the Storm. There we go. Whenever you start to cast a spell of first level or higher, so actually it doesn't matter with that one.
You did cast Dragon's Breath though.
It doesn't. That doesn't cause damage when I cast it. It has to do either lightning or thunder.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Now it's the Hydra. He's gonna move up, and with his one remaining head, he's gonna try and attack Rhiannon. That is a 21 to hit.
It hits.
Okay, and then that is 11 points of piercing damage, halved to 5, and then 4 points of acid damage.
Is that me? Sorry.
No, that was Rhiannon.
Oh, okay.
He's going to attempt to grow back a head. Fails. This guy is not having a good day. Ma, over to you. You regen your reaction.
Oh, I do. Within 30 feet. Let me just see. No, an enemy within 30 feet. Never mind. Yeah, I'm very bad at bonking, but since we're already here, can I? No. I'm gonna go here. Probably get an opportunity attack from back there.
Yes. It's a miss. Such a high AC.
And then I'm at least gonna hit the one next to Umbra.
Okay.
Between us.
Go for it.
So that's either a 17 or... Yeah, I'll go with the 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That will be a
bop. He's dead. He was so low. As Elican's trying to like reach down and grab him, Ma just comes over and just squishes his head with her warhammer.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to interrupt. What you
no, it's fine. He was annoying me.
Good.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't really. I mean, I guess I can step away on purpose so I get hit by that guy. I'm realizing I'm not getting hit enough.
Okay. I'm gonna make wisdom saving throws for the rest of these dudes.
Because we keep obliterating them.
Yeah. The one next to Umbra is gonna stay. The other three are gonna try and run. So you guys can make opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
gotcha.
yeah, why not? What if I actually?
Can I try to bite them as my opportunity attack?
Yeah, go for it.
Bite.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Ooh.
Got an 18 to hit with my dagger.
Go for it. Yes, that 18 will hit.
If I bite him by the neck, can I keep him still?
You don't have Sentinel. Not quite how that works.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
So he's gonna get bit, run, and go, what the fuck? Who bites people? And this guy's
My
gonna
face
get...
is covered in blood.
This guy's gonna get fucking stabbed. Just in the back. He's just gonna say, wait, didn't she use magic? Where'd the dagger come from?
I'm not as good at casting during war, so I have to just, attack sometimes.
Yeah, that's gonna be the dude's charm. Over to you.
All right, Charm looks around quickly down the road to see if that big, giant, scary guy is still walking after him.
Make perception check.
Yeah. Perception. That's a 1.
A 1. You don't see him, and that worries you.
No, he's
no.
gone. No, and you see Charm kind of look confused a bit and kind of mutters to himself, "I didn't know that lightning had blood, but anyway, And he picks out he's gonna pick out a card from thin air once again, but this is the Ace of Spades. He's gonna look at it, give it a little kiss, starts charging it up. It starts spinning once again, and like he's been doing. Oh, are we spinning again?
Yeah, I think
We're spinning.
He's
Alright.
spinning.
Oh my gosh. What is
I'll just wait a
happening?
second.
Hello, can you hear me?
Are you back?
Hello. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
It's still spinning.
Alright.
We can hear you.
Okay,
it's-
give me a
it's still
sec. I'm gonna
spinning.
unplug my internet again.
Oh, it's there.
Okay, we back. Oh my god, it's skipping so many frames. Give me a sec.
All right. It's spinning like my cards.
Cards are so cool.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Alright, come on. Reconnect. My god, it's skipping literally hundreds of frames.
Oh no.
What's happening?
Maybe someone's downloading something.
No,
from
it's
your
2.
Wi-Fi.
It's 1:30 in the morning. No one's downloading anything.
Oh Jesus.
All right. Are we good?
I think we're okay.
All
Hello.
right.
Alright, hello everyone. So sorry for the interruption. I'm not sure what's happening with the internet. Who are you chucking your card at, Chum?
Once again to the Hydra. Looks at the 4 remaining teammates he has. He doesn't know Fred. So to the 4 remaining. Looks back at the Hydra. Goes, with the power of friendship, I will I will banish you. And he is going to once steady aim, sharpshooter, same thing.
Go for it.
Once again, but he is also gonna, if it doesn't crit, he's gonna double or nothing it.
Okay.
Because he's got 2 more karma points from his sneak attacks he's been doing.
Amazing.
First one is a 25.
Yep, that'll hit.
Second one is a, doesn't matter, not a crit.
Yep, so roll
Right,
your
gonna
d20.
roll a d20. Come on. No, it's a 4.
Really?
Not rolling good here, but that's alright. Here we go. First one is a 2 plus 7 plus 10 is 19 damage.
Yep.
And then 7d6
Oh, he's dead.
is
Yes.
27.
You throw your card, the Ace of Spades spins and spins, and very, like, in slow motion decapitates the Hydra. Its head falling to the ground, its body collapsing. And the other dudes, the dudes are just gonna either run, to skip the playing out the rest of combat, they're either gonna get killed by you guys or run away. But you have Fred.
Kill.
Charm.
Yes, we have Fred.
Best adventurer I have ever met.
Charm looks at Fred. Hold on, there's one more enemy.
No. I go around and I introduce everyone to Fred, and he's our new friend. I murdered him, but because of how I murdered him, he came back and is now our friend.
But you
And
know
I gave
who
him
else
the power of the storm.
was murdered? Our friend Ramus is no more.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
He seems to have been.
Shall we go back and find him?
Well, we killed this big dwarfy dude, then an even more giant big dwarfy dude came and, unfortunately, kind of a bit like Umbra here. He, killed him and brought him back in a different, twisted way.
I don't know what to do. There's cages full of people. I think
oh yeah. Maybe
it
we
may
should-
seem harsh, but I think the good of the many surpass the good of the few at the moment. I'm very sorry.
Wait, what?
Oh, there's cages full of people. I think we should get them back first. The good of the many surpass the good of the few.
I thought you thought they were like possessed and we're gonna kill
No,
them.
I'm not gonna kill them.
Umbra, I
I'm
don't think
sorry.
that's a good idea.
I have been outside for a long time.
Well, let me get my trusty keys, and I'm sure one of these will, fit these locks.
Sure, you walk over to the cages and you can see dozens of people inside.
Does Fred have keys?
Fred does have keys. He's the key holder.
Perfect.
Hey, Fred.
I got the keys.
Fred, would you mind unlocking all these lovely people?
Of course.
Great job, Fred.
Fred, I would die for you.
Oh, I
He already died for us.
I did die for you.
It is just repaying the favor then.
Amazing. So he unlocks all the
Let me know
cages.
anytime you want.
Oh, sorry.
Go on. No, it's okay, don't worry.
He unlocks all the cages, letting everybody out. And you guys, are you guys going to take them back to town?
Think
Yeah, we should
so.
probably escort them back.
Are they gnomes?
Most of them are gnomes, yes. There are other various, like, townsfolk. A lot of these people are from the village, the ones who have either gone traveling and gone missing, or who went missing literally, like, you know, an hour ago. But some of them you've never seen before. They're not even gnomes. Some are goblin folk and other various peoples of the region. It's definitely people from the nearby communities that have been taken.
I would like to walk among them and politely ask, please stay close to me. Blaylock will protect you if you do.
Yes, I will protect everyone. Thank you, Mom. I will do my utmost best to make sure these people are kept safe.
I am sorry, did you just call me Mom?
I said Mom as in A-A. M-A-A-M. Like Mom. Not
Ma'am.
not ma'am. Sorry, English. It's an English thing to say Mom. Apologies.
Indeed.
I thought, for a second, I thought our issues were deeper than I thought.
Well, if you would like me to call you other things, I can definitely
No.
arrange. Yes, of course.
Stop, you have cursed me once, it is enough.
Well, you were flirting with that other shield. How could I ever not?
That shield is a better shield than you will ever be,
How
Blaylock.
dare you?
Look at him. He literally glows in the dark.
You make me cry. And he just floats off to like
Please.
glide to the people.
Love him.
Oh dear.
It's great.
I levitate up so I can put my hand on Mars' arm. Just like, are you doing all right, dear? That didn't sound very nice.
Oh, actually, that was a very lovely conversation. Our usual conversations are much worse.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure. I've only known you for a few hours.
It is okay.
Yeah,
I am
as
not
we're
soft
walking
like
back.
you, little sheep. And I pat your head.
Oh, thank you.
So,
As we're
Oh, sorry.
walking back,
yes.
I call to Umbra and Elakan. Will you two mind? Do you mind asking these individuals what happened? I am not so much a talker as you, so if you two would kindly do so.
Yes, of course.
I can do my best, yes.
Well, Lekan will sort of stand very tall over the gnome people and just go, "You all please tell us what's happened."
You get
I'll
various.
be-
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm just going to be a bit more gentle with it and like levitate at like their eye level crisscross applesauce and kind of like try to be as gentle as possible, like fixing their hair. Like, I'm glad you're all safe and everything, that we were able to help you. Can you please help us by telling us what's going on?
Sure.
Lekan has
Oh, sorry.
full gust cantrip going, all her robes like flowing behind her and going, "I am the blood of the lightning strike and you will tell me what happened."
Oh, it might.
Oh no, don't mind her. She's harmless.
It might do the wheel again.
Oh,
I'm getting
sorry.
frame drops.
Spinning again.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, shit.
Why?
no.
Why is this happening? I'm so
Can I
confused.
just say I love Umbra's and Elakan's
much.
dynamic.
It's great. Now we have a pet dwarf together.
We have a pet dwarf. We got a pet
That's so
together.
beautiful.
Yes,
Oh
his
my
name's
God.
Fred. He's so lovely.
Hey.
And he has the key
Sometimes he
holder.
can breathe lightning.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm so glad I
What
didn't
else
send the
do you
key
need?
holder to the nightmare realm.
I'm
Indeed.
so sorry. Give me one sec.
It's okay, Marilyn. Don't worry.
It's okay.
We'll send you our good internet vibes.
Yeah.
Send them to Australia. Go.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay, maybe it's fixed. It's fixed. Oh God, I have to unplug my Ethernet and then replug it back in.
Oh, shit.
Yikes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, everybody in chat. Apologies.
Good.
I hope this doesn't happen next week. I don't usually stream. This doesn't happen on Saturdays. It might be a Sunday thing.
Maybe.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Anyways, so you get various responses out of people, various stories. Some people were taken in groups, some people were taken individually. So you get various responses, but you know, all of them seem to have been abducted from various places by these dwarven cultists. Some of them describe like a leader in black armor, but doesn't seem to be an individual that you guys fought until you cross-reference with Charm.
All right, and it sounds like that big giant dwarf that I saw.
Yeah.
All right. Does Fred know anything?
Fred's just chilling, man. He doesn't know anything. All of his memories are like fading as he goes into the service of Umbra. All he keeps is his
I have a family.
Sorry, when that happens, they tend to turn into sheep.
Bah.
I pat him on the head.
Umbra, do you think it wise for us to perhaps change the appearance of this dwarf a bit? It seems that
Are
people
you
may be
suggesting
scared
that
of
we
it.
give him a makeover?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean, we don't have to shave
Sorry.
off his beard, but if you look at my fine mustache, I think we could do something similar.
I'm sure. Fred, do you object in any way?
I'm a sheep.
Okay. Let's give you a makeover. People are going to love this.
All right. Charm gets out one of his cards and kind of like very, very carefully using it as like a razor, starts shaving Fred's beard to imitate his own handlebar mustache.
Amazing. So,
Oh my god.
you guys shave Fred and manage to get everybody back to the town safely. And I think, for the sake of my internet, that's where we're going to end for today, and we'll pick up next week. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm so sorry about my internet cutting out. It's Australia. Like, this is just a fact of life, I'm afraid.
Yes, Australia.
Australia. Oh, yeah. I might find a way for somebody else maybe to host, but we'll see. We'll see if this is an ongoing issue or whether it's just today for some reason. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Astrid, for coming in as Vivian.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace.
Pieces.
Thank you.
Pieces, yeah. 3 pieces. Thank you so much for joining us. This was awesome. I had a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
It was great. I loved it. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you
yeah.
for the session, Marilyn.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, you're a really great DM.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
thank
brilliant.
you. I try my best. I'm blushing. Yeah, I'm excited to explore more of this world and watch more of you die. That's 1 out of 6. 1 out of 7. 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6.
Very
I'm pretty
quickly,
sure the
well done.
party's still 6 out of 6.
That's true.
We
Oh, you
got
gained a
Fred.
member. Yeah, you've gained a member.
Yeah.
0. Let's go.
I'm just imagining a
No.
scene at the end where you guys are like, about to take this huge hit, and he just steps up and takes it, like arms spread
Merlin, I
out.
swear to God. I swear to God.
I'm gonna make you
If
love Fred,
you-
and then I'm gonna kill him.
Do not. I swear to God.
I'm gonna make
gonna
art
cast
for
Dragon's
Fred.
Breath.
I don't even care.
Oh, he forgot to cast Dragon's Breath.
It's okay. It's fine. He's gonna get it cast on him all the time because it's like one of my only bonus action spells.
That's
so,
awesome.
and we love
free
him.
fight. I love him.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. Let's quickly #plug ourselves. Hilda.
I am Hildegeist. You can find me at twitch.tv/Hildegeist. Yeah.
Amazing. You may.
Awesome. Today was great. I'm actually kind of pleased I didn't have to talk much today, like I usually do, and I just hit things. So that was great. Can't wait for next week, where I do more hitting things. And yeah, that's it for me.
Amazing. Juan.
I'm 1 at 1VT. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for inviting me along to this session.
Well, we're glad to have you. I'm excited to see more spell thievery. Hopefully you can get some successful ones off soon.
Everyone's
trying to
levels
cast
are too
reverse
high.
gravity.
Everybody was like 7th level, 8th level spells. Riza.
Hi, I'm Marisa. You'll find me under the same name here on Twitch. And I played Mar, a Goliath Guardian. I'm realizing that Guardian has the least to do on their turn and the most to do during the enemy's turn.
Yep.
I'll keep that in mind for next time.
Cool.
This is very fun to play because
You're literally my
as
test run.
I love it. As a paladin, I'm always so worried about everyone else getting hit, and now I can do something about it, and that just makes me happy. When I don't run from the group. But that's it for me.
Amazing. Emily.
Hello, yes, I'm Emily. I'm going to spam a load of links in chat because
Well, let me
there's
give you
there's
the
lots-
ability to do that.
Am I allowed to do that? That would be great. Thank you. But yes, I'm part of the RP Geeks. It'd be wonderful if you could go follow us. We used to stream on one of our members' own Twitch channels, but we've just started our own one, twitch.tv/RP Geeks DND. And we're trying to get to 50 so we can actually be whatever the first one is. I can't remember what it is.
Affiliate.
So that'd be affiliate. That's it. And then yeah, we're on Twitter. We're just generally everywhere. RP Geeks DND. that'd be great. And also, I'm on Twitter at Emily_W_Bates. Nice and simple. So
Amazing.
I'll,
Are you
try
going to be posting links on RP Geeks or on your one?
RP Geeks. I'm on their Twitch channel at the moment.
Okay, there you go. RP Geeks are now a mod.
You. Oh, thank you. Bam, there they are. There's horrendously formatted, but there you go. There are the links to lots of things.
Amazing.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been so fun.
Awesome. Go follow Neon. Sadly, they couldn't make it for the full session, but please, they're amazing. All sorts of TTRPG content and other cyberpunk-related stuff. And I'm your humble dungeon wizard. I'm sorry for the bad Australian internet. That just comes with the ground, I'm afraid. But I stream on my personal channel, mostly Apex Legends. So if you want to see the world's most mediocre Valkyrie, come check me out. Apart from that, I'll be streaming here. Sometimes I do D&D Q&As and other assorted streams, but mostly you'll see me DMing for this group of adventurers and the fools over it on the Herald stream. Saturdays, same time, same place. So, apart from that, let's get this raid pumping. How delayed are we? That way I can figure out when to raid. You guys know?
Delayed.
It's quite delayed.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go to stream ending and then I'll wait until it catches up. Thank you everybody for watching. We've been VTuber Tabletop and we'll see you on the other side. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.